Okay. Sounds good. So we're gonna start with you, Karn.
Hi.
So you have just, well, Ruark rather has just encapsulated Silas Briarwood into into oblivion, and you all have been sucked in somewhere, and you kind of see this light, this sort of this wormhole that you're flying down, and you come out and you land on this jelly, like almost like a waterbed surface. And there's all this static electricity around you and all these like large structures. From what you can see, it almost looks like parts of Whitestone, like houses, like just like been ripped off. Anyways, in this liquid, you don't really see anything just yet, but you notice you're sinking very fast. And you sink in this almost like it's like Jello.
Yeah.
You just sink down, and then once you get past this first layer, you just sink and sink and sink into this black abyss, basically, until you finally kind of hit the bottom. You'd assume maybe it's like, I don't know, 70 or so feet from.
And it's pitch black, right?
Yes. You can feel things of metal almost like hitting you and clanking you, with flowing in like a strange current. And not too much longer after that, you begin to see this bright white light kind of shining through, filtering through this like this skin-like gooey layer at the top. And you begin to feel yourself rising up towards that light, along with all these metal pieces in this weird, it's not even like water, it's just kind of like a ooze? It's like it's like an oozy liquid. And basically it brings you back up, and you can see this large sort of circular spaceship with this kind of like this central, like, glowing white hot hole that you just get sucked up into. Conversely, and there's all this stuff. You can see like this big ship of some kind being pulled up into this thing. You see all these other pieces of metal here and there. You can see, a comrade or two, but with being like thrown around so much, it's kind of hard for you to make sense of anything. Ruark, conversely, we'll take off where you left off. Is basically you were outside of the ship. You got kind of stuck in this ooze.
I was in the ship, and you went out to shoot the ball.
Shoot the
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes. Shortly after that, one of these tentacle ships came, and long story short, same thing as him, except you're up inside of it.
I got abducted by an alien.
Yeah, we all got abducted by
Okay.
So anyway, you go.
Am I like in a chamber? It's all dark. I brought my towel.
We're gonna get to you, but we're gonna do Karn first, because Karn has not been here for a minute.
I do Karn first.
We get to skip to the phone. Karn does not have those influence. Sorry to say.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Karn does not.
Karn,
Yeah.
you awaken, or well, you don't really fall asleep. You kind of have this brilliant white flash,
Good.
and you can feel that the air around you is very cold. And you notice that all around you there is this snow.
Oh boy.
This snow covered, almost like a foresty place. Okay.
Sure.
Let's do this. And it appears to be winter in this place, and it almost appears that you're in this sort of circular temple that doesn't have a roof on it. Okay, it looks kind of old, maybe like ruins of some kind. And you can see that leading out of this, there appears to be this like almost this like procession hallway with these ruined pillars. And atop these ruined pillars, you can see just ravens sitting there, they're weirdly all turned towards you and just kind of looking at you like birds would. They're not squawking or anything. And you can kind of see the trees around you, that they're also, the bare trees, they're kind of filled with ravens. It's the most ravens you've ever seen in your entire life. Okay. And at the end of the hallway, or excuse me, at the end of this outdoor courtyard, there is another sort of half semicircle. And in it, you can see what appears to be this large stone throne. Okay. And in it, you can see someone sitting in this throne, and whoever's in this throne is a bit larger than the average human.
Sure.
But they do appear to be human. They have kind of dark ebony skin, and they have all these white feathery clothes on, sort of beautiful flowing white feathery clothes. This is gonna happen. Yeah, welcome to my place on Sunday. Yeah, this is gonna be a thing. This is gonna be a thing. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. And she has kind of a headband on. Again, all these white feathers, is this procession cloak of white feathers. And she's holding in her hand kind of this green, softly glowing staff, and her eyes are the color just gold.
Oh.
Gold. And she has kind of this stern look on her face. She's about maybe 100 or so feet away from you, and the ravens atop all of these ruins, again, are just, everyone's just looking at you.
I make my way towards the figure, kind of already knowing who this probably is, or at least thinking I know who this is. And Carter's just gonna slowly walk up, like sort of taking in the sides, looking at the ravens, giving them back an equally silent stare. Just sort of, once Carter approaches the figure in the throne, they're just gonna kneel and just go, "My matron."
You feel kind of a soft breeze blow on you, and you can kind of feel her shift and move her legs, and she leans towards you a bit, and she says, "What are you?"
"I am a tool for you to wield."
She says, "Where is your soul?"
Karn pauses. "I was not aware I had one."
She says, "It is artificial."
"Is it not inside of me?"
And she says, "Stand."
"Yep."
Yes.
"Yep."
And she kind of is looking at you, and she kind of gets up, and she's probably like 12 to 13 feet tall. Oh, and she's completely bald, by the way.
Right. Also, I imagine this is the only time that Karn's ever actually truly felt fear.
Okay.
Oh my god.
When she's completely bald.
Yeah.
Into it.
Yeah. And she kind of paces around you, and then she stops when she's in front of you, and she says, "You were created to destroy something unnatural." And then she cocks her head, and she looked and kind of see deep into her like piercing golden eyes, and she says, "But you are also unnatural."
Am I to destroy myself eventually then?
And she looks down at the ground, and she says, "Would you?"
If you command me to, yes.
And her eyes kind of look up at the ravens, and one of the raven goes, "Ah!" And she says, "Interesting. You have proved yourself somewhat useful to me.
That is all a tool could ask for, my matron.
And she looks down and then looks back up at you and she says, so you agree that you are not alive?
Under classical definitions of living, I do not satisfy those conditions.
And she kind of gets closer to you and she says, would you like to?
Karn's just gonna attempt to just confuse, like, I don't understand the question.
She says, the night of ascension approaches, Karn. You know as well as I what could happen. Tal'Dorei is in jeopardy. And for some reason, you are the only person I can use. Now, you must go to Stilden, where the Night of Ascension happens and is celebrated. An attack of grand scale is being planned on that night. If you do this and are successful, Karn, I will make you a true follower of mine. Do you accept?
Yes. As now as forever, I am your loyal servant.
Very well, Karn. The world is in your hands. Don't abuse it. And she leans in and she says, and make me proud.
Yes, Mama, me matron.
Yes, Uncle Ben.
And
Yeah,
then
Bryce.
and then as she turns away, all goes black.
All right. This is strange.
You,
Tentacle monster,
mm-mm.
love of light. I start to like levitate up into the
Yes,
monster.
that all happens.
Okay.
That all happens similar to Karn. However, you, right after you get kind of up into the ship, bright flash of light. Thereafter, it's quite dark what you see. And you notice around you, where you're lying, sticky webs.
I landed on my feet.
You're not stuck by any means. It almost appears as if you were lying there for a while and some spiders just laid the webs. It doesn't, you can break out. It's not,
I might need to brush my hair.
yeah, you might need to. And it appears that you're in some sort of cavernous place, like a cave or something.
So what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like an organic material, kind of recorded inside the shell.
No,
not organic as in.
it looks like a cave. It looks like a cave, only this cave is completely covered in spider webs. Every square, every inch that you can see. And you hear kind of some movement kind of around, and there are these interesting pillars that are kind of everywhere, okay? And so you can't like fully see, it's not like one big open room. But the ceilings are quite vaulted. And you kind of hear some movement, and kind of as you peek your head around, you can see what appears to be a dark elf, a male dark elf, shirtless. His back is to you, and he's wiggling his hands in front of him. He doesn't appear to notice you.
I immediately hide in plain sight, and I start to like feel into all of my senses, and I still myself. So I'm like super quiet and reaching out, and I'm like, is this an elf? Is this an undead?
Hmm.
And I try to perceive what I can perceive.
Sure. It is definitely a dark elf, and from what you can tell too, you get a weird feeling about it. It looks like he's stroking himself, like in his pants, and you can see him kind of like looking around, and his eyes look really. I know. Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's looking around. His eyes have kind of tears in them, and he looks both frightened and excited.
I would like to kind of crawl. Are the webs attached to his body?
Somewhat, but like he's just standing there, you know, and he's looking around. He's looking up.
So I want to get to where he's not looking and goes in his blind spot and kind of like watch and see what happens. And so,
Oh, you like
I'm being careful.
It's okay.
And I'd like to look for like a house insignia,
Yeah.
weapons.
Let's go.
Besides seeing some dude jerk himself, I want to see what's going on.
Besides, I mean, not as opposed to. In addition to.
Anyways,
Not Lawrence Jam.
so he kind of looks around. He kind of turns towards. He doesn't see you. He's kind of turning around. You can see he's most definitely like inside his pants, like touching himself. He also, you can see all this blood coming out of his mouth. And he kind of opens his mouth to gasp, and you can see his tongue's been cut out.
Whatever does it for you.
And the blood's like.
His eyes, do they look crazy? Does he look himself?
Make a perception check. Make a perception check.
He's himself already. Yeah. He's
the
most himself he's ever been.
18.
18? And you're just wondering if he looks crazy?
I'm trying to perceive what I can.
Okay.
Is he sound of mind? Is he under the influence of something?
You don't think so. He definitely appears in a very strange state. But he appears that he is in control of his.
Are there any doors or passageways when it's just sort of like a circular square?
It's just like so it's like a large cavern with all these like kind of pillar-esque places. It's pretty big, but you can't see very far because there's a lot of these pillars everywhere. If that makes sense?
I'd like to move away and search.
But you can tell by the echoes of your footsteps and whatever that this is like a larger.
I'm not trying to.
No, I know. I'm aware.
He's got
I'm aware.
any drips in the cavern. Or no?
I'm gonna search for an exit.
Just sort of leave that guy to his own business. Be like, you do that. I'm gonna go this way.
Okay.
I don't think I want any part of that.
And then you kind of hear like a skittering, like.
Follow it.
It's coming from above you, and when that happens, the man kind of motions, and he opens up his mouth a bit, like.
I'm gonna look to see if there's a predator in this room that needs to be put down.
Okay.
I want to see like my safety.
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
Yeah.
I'd like to find my friends too.
Yeah, you don't see anyone else. You don't see anyone else, and then you hear kind of like above you, you just hear this, and then you hear.
Can I sense where it came from?
Yeah, just directly above you.
Let's see it.
There's a bunch of webs. You can kind of see a vague outline, but you can kind of see these two red glowing eyes. Kind of.
I'm gonna blur myself,
Mhm.
and then I am going to like wink out of existence and wink back behind one of the pillars and take a shot at whatever just said my name. Like,
Sure.
Right in between the two red eyes.
Sure, go for it.
Hey, don't sneak up on a guy. You know? We're
Totally.
okay with jacking off. It's like, hey, this is not a nice situation from the get-go. There's no
All
trust.
right, looks like 28 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do sense that you hit whatever it was, but you don't hear like a recoil or like or like anything like that. But you do sense that you hit something based off of the sound and everything. You can go ahead and roll damage if you want.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
You want.
If it matters, if I want, then fuck it, we'll go back.
And then you can kind of hear kind of from behind you, like in another
I
direction.
hide again.
Okay. Okay.
In hindsight,
Okay. Sure.
wink out.
Sure.
Just pulls up like a sheet that's just the
Cave
wall of the
count.
cave.
The eyes moving and the painting.
Yeah, put on a cave trucker hat. Cave print.
And then from behind you, you hear, now. That's no way to start a reunion.
Immediately shoot the boys again. And then wink out, wink over.
You're not my dad.
And just
Okay. The gentleman that you found kind of runs over to this area that you are in, looking up, still doing what I've told you. And then all of a sudden, you can kind of see, whether you're in the ethereal plane or not. You can kind of see this sort of like wind coming out of like movement with the wispy cobwebs. And you can see these dark red eyes and this long sort of white hair that's trailing down, kind of coming from like hanging down from the ceiling. And you can see this kind of slender, like purplish black face with these just glowing red pupilless eyes.
Is this a living thing?
Yeah. And then as it comes more into view, you can just see these breasts, these breasts, bare breasts, bare breasts with these black nipples.
Mickey's speaking to his
But-
audience.
I knew we should have been LARPing this whole time.
Okay, wait, what did you say, Terry?
I said I knew we should have been LARPing this entire time.
And she's very slender. She's, other than her monstrous face.
You recognize this person?
Well,
These breasts.
yes. You don't know these
I've seen
moves.
those aerial.
Yeah. And then as she kind of comes out, you can see the bottom is this black, massive black, sort of bulbous bodied spider.
Right, thing.
And she has a slender face, but you can tell there's something inside of her mouth, like
Is this
a
low?
there's something in her mouth that's not normal, and her jaw looks really long.
Spider web.
Longer than normal, and then all of a sudden she kind of drops, and as you're looking at her, you realize she's quite large. She's about 15 or so feet tall.
Yeah.
And she has this large spider body, and she kind of cocks her head.
Protection from evil on myself right now. Alert and protection from evil.
Okay.
For real, I'm not kidding.
Sure. And she says, and she kind of skitters closer to you, and the
I moved back.
okay, and the gentleman is kind of following her, but he's looking very skittish himself, but also interested at the same time.
You don't need to get close. Speak your piece. And I move further away.
Okay.
And I reload my gun.
Okay. She stops.
Somebody's food there.
She kind of stops, and she says, "Now, dear, I do not mean you any harm. In fact, we have something in common."
We both hate my mother-in-law.
And she says, "Not just that."
Okay.
She
What do we have
says,
in common? These things.
and she kind of brings up her nails, and her nails are these like weird sort of glow in the dark nails. And she kind of reaches out a hand to you, just like doesn't cast a spell or anything.
And I put my hand up and I'm like, okay. Click.
And she's
Not make any fast movements here. Say your piece.
She smiles and she says, "I hate them just as much as you do."
Just pretend I'm dumb. Them?
and then she looks over at the man that's still stroking himself, the dark elf, and she says, "All of you."
You talking about life in general? You seem pretty evil to me. So like,
And she says,
life, elves, people.
she says, no, of course not. I just love to see them suffer.
I'm not. So I'm a little bit of a loss. What are you?
And she says, you know who I am.
I think in my head, and I'm not playing this is Nathan talking again. I think this is low. So, are you? You seem pretty confident of yourself.
And she says, yes.
So, do some call you Wolf?
She says, that is one of the names I'm known by. Yes.
So I'm pretty sure you know that you and I really aren't aligned on most things.
That's what you've been led to believe.
All right. Gods never have. You have a reason for all of this. So like, let's just lay it out on the table.
And she stops and she says, 1 second. And she kind of turns, and then you can see this kind of this visage of this like weird kind of hazy cloud of this dark elf priestess, and she's doing this ritual, and she's calling on the name of Lolth and all this stuff.
Don't be alarmed. This says don't be alarmed. And I take a grenade and I throw it on the jerking off guy of Webb, so that he's all webbed up.
Okay.
I'm tired of him. It's like
Okay.
bothering me.
You can hear it shaking
And
itself
I'm
in the
like,
background.
I'm good, right? So I
Okay.
like toss down right on you, and then I move to a different spot and I keep my eye and
Okay.
I watch her.
Okay. And the incantation is pretty quick. And then you can see the dark elves kind of like get ready and listen, and she says, the surface dwellers stole everything from you. Take it back. Take it back.
Oh, snore. So, and I say this to her, and I'm like, what do you want? You want to like spread your leg across the world so you can be all powerful and get more people laying down to you. Your power goes up. Is this what you're trying to do? I mean, let's just make it simple.
And she says, I want you to kill them all. And then she
I'm
cocks
not
her.
your pawn. I mean,
And
what
she's-
makes you think I'd do anything?
And she smiles and she says, turn around. And you can see this like white glowing light behind you.
I reach into my pouch, put up with one eye on her to still the gun. I put up the mirror and I look back.
You can see your daughter standing there.
So you conjured up an image of my daughter.
And she's
Yay.
and she says, conjure it. No. She's mine.
I think probably your arrogance would consider you think most things are yours. So now you claim my daughter. And you think you're gonna like tug on my heartstrings and get me to do what you want? Like I've said things.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but while you're talking, she kind of goes over to the man who kind of like hastily tries to get out of his webbing, and after a couple seconds does so, and she kind of turns away from you, and she kind of rears up her body towards him, and she leans back so her head's just upside down looking at you. And then the man kind of gathers himself and he kind of pushes her legs up and begins to go. Begins to go, and her eyes kind of quiver, and she says, "You're saying."
Well,
This is all on the internet now. You got
That
to.
is all the internet.
We'll let this stop that.
I appreciate your attempt at the dramatics to awe and shock me. But again, it's really, really simple. you think you've manipulated me into a scenario where our aims will be aligned. And so what is it that you think? You want everyone dead.
And she says,
Oh my God.
they already are.
Do I have the bullet of deity slaying?
And then you can kind of hear and see some substance fall to the ground underneath the man. And then her face kind of comes back, and then out of her mouth comes these large fangs that just kind of rear up, and her eyes get angry, and then she folds down on the man. You hear this,
She Black Widows.
and then she turns around with this man kind of sideways in her mouth, who's kind of convulsing with all this like slimy venom kind of dripping off his body as he's dying. And she says, "Will you kill her?" In a way, and
I don't know. When I get to that situation, I'll see what I'll do. I very well might.
And she says, "If you kill her in my name, I'll grant your daughter back alive."
Yeah, I don't think my daughter would ever be happy with her father if he did something like that. So I deny you, and I will not do that. And if I do it, I'll do it for the reasons that are my own. But I will do nothing in your name. So just know that.
And then her laugh kind of echoes in her head, or in your head, as everything goes
It's a good music transition.
Quite a pickle over there.
Yeah, fuck.
Who would have thought it's 9 o'clock?
Now, let's transition over here to you two.
What?
Let's transition over here to you two.
Right.
So
On the roof.
I remember. So from
You want to catch them up?
yes. So without saying too much, they are apparently having a similar experience potentially to you both.
I'm getting abducted?
Well, yes, but no.
It's a little vision quest.
Yeah, basically. However, they're in a red, barren abyss. They found a small little house. Grog decided to go in the house. Rove decided to go on the rooftop. Grog went in to the house. He found this woman. Oh, you can't see the picture that I posted. Yes, her. Yes, basically, it's literally that's her. Sort of kind of in this house of magical floating baubles and jars with heads in them and strange looking magic items and ruins and glowing shit everywhere. And where we ended last session was this woman sort of with long black hair, dressed really weirdly, wearing like a dress made out of skin. Yes, basically said to you, Grog, it's not who I was expecting. So anyways, we'll start back there. But yeah, she sort of has long black hair, kind of like Cher, like waist level black hair. Her dress appears to be made out of human skin that is stitched together, showing large amounts of her body. She's kind of small framed, and she has kind of greenish eyeshadow and like greenish black lips. And she has kind of these like long greenish nails. And she's sitting in a chair, and you can see Grog kind of right in front of her. There's this book also made out of skin, that is clasped shut with a hand, like a hand, like a demonic hand on it. And you can also see Grog in the room. You can see kind of off to the left side of the room, you can see what appears to be a chessboard, or like dragon chess, which is chessboard, with like different little things on them. And kind of as you kind of take it all in, you notice yourself as one of the chess pieces. Okay. And you're outside listening, right?
I'm on the roof.
You're on the roof.
I don't know how many floors there are.
There's just 2, so it's a pretty
So
small
I'd be able
house.
to hear maybe like a
You
stuff
can,
coming
you
out the
can
front door.
probably hear, yeah. You can
Okay.
probably hear.
I'm on the roof, kind of looking through. I think there was one window. I would like to take my unmoving spear,
Mhm.
like hold it behind my legs,
Sure.
and hop off the roof real quick.
Okay.
And like sit on the spear and like stop in the air. So I'm like sitting on it like,
Okay.
like a broom.
Okay.
And I just lean back and hang from my legs to look through this window and see like what I
Sure.
see.
Okay.
Know?
You see everything I described mostly.
Yeah. Cool.
Maybe not as finely detailed.
Do I see him on the chessboard?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Like I call down to the front door, say, Grog, what do you see?
See?
Well, I'm seeing through the second story window.
So it's not the same place I'm looking.
It is the same
Oh.
place, but you're in the front door.
Yeah.
Front door, and then Grog went upstairs.
Oh, he did?
So he entered, and then
Okay.
he went upstairs.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, Grog.
He went upstairs.
Straight through the window.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm like right outside the window. Is the window locked? But if I,
It's not openable. It's just like there.
it's just pain.
Yeah.
It's cool. Alrighty.
She,
Don't break through the window. I don't know.
You're gonna come on in.
okay.
So I hang down. I reach up and I kind of
Oh.
like let my legs down, hang down.
Okay.
And I drop. It's second story. I'm just falling from like the ceiling basically.
So wait. So you're outside.
So I'm outside. I'm hanging basically at a first story level.
Sure.
And I'm looking through the window.
Okay.
And I
Are you trying to be conspicuous?
No,
or-
I'm just trying to get back down to the ground.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I undo the button and I fall maybe, I don't know, 6 feet, 7
Okay.
feet the story. I try and bend my knees on impact. And I kind of hesitantly look in the door. Before I walk through, I want to see if there's anything magical about this house.
Everything.
Threshold.
There's auras upon auras that are
upon
magical.
doors. What about specifically the threshold?
Sorry,
The
like
threshold,
the end.
door. Yeah, the entry.
No, just everything, and it's all schools of magic.
Okay.
These auras.
Okay.
It's just that you've never seen this amount of magic anywhere.
But general area, because I think I can see it as you said, like glowing green, I guess, aura around specific objects. And
Sure,
I
sure.
get that it's festooned with just
Sure.
like a
So
menagerie
yeah,
of
so
shit,
every single thing, like every piece of wood,
but-
every if there's a doorknob, if there's a screw, every little thing, and then on top of that, the house itself has like layers upon layers, has all the magical auras.
Gotcha.
Like everything has magical aura.
And I say, dog, this place is dripping with
So-
enchantment and all schools of magic. Like looking
So
around.
wait. So is this before Grog went in? Because Grog just stormed in.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
upstairs.
upstairs, so I'm like calling it. I'm calling in,
He's-
like calling up the
You're
stairs.
yelling.
And I'm like, you just walked into the mother of all.
So
like,
so while
magical
you're
houses. I'm like, I'm still at the threshold.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, she kind of cocks her head to you and she says, "You didn't come alone."
Well, of course not. I always got backup.
Grog, is there somebody up there?
There's somebody up there.
You'd be a bit more specific.
There's a very beautiful woman up there.
She's
more specific. Is there anything else in the room? Goodness,
Well, you're on a chessboard, so am I. I don't know.
that's not foreboding at all.
I guess we're playing chess here right now.
What's she doing? Just sitting there menacingly?
We'll see.
She
See
says,
you,
"Would you like to invite your friend up?"
All right, Rogue, she found you up because you're saying all this stuff. So just come on up.
Fuck. There for a reason, right? And I'm like, I walked in and I'm like looking around at all the magic.
There's
Looking
a
at my
ton of
shit.
shit that's like floating. There's books that are being read almost like just in the air, just floating.
Yeah.
And she has, and also she has, you can see kind of off in the corner too, you can see what appear to be a red and a green staff. And closer to her, you can see this staff that that appears to be kind of in the shape of a cobra. And she has a necklace on that's kind of a semicircle with 3 dots rising up. This like reddish, yeah.
Can I make
Which
a-
is this? Which is well, you don't even have to because it's when you put on the visor.
Yeah.
That was the same symbol you saw. That was just kind of floating midair.
Do we make a check on that symbol period? Just to know if that's a symbol that.
Risa and Keyleth knew what that symbol was. I don't know if they divulged.
I mean, if I made a roll and knew it, I would have.
Okay. Yeah. So like you know how Risa and Keyleth are the sisters of the north?
I think, yeah.
It's the circle, the
Oh,
sisters,
Circle of the South. Yeah,
Circle of the South.
We did talk about this.
circle
yeah.
of the south.
Cool. So I look around a little bit and I look at this lady in the chair and I say, thank you for extending your hospitality. I assume you know why we're here, or assume you were expecting us.
And she says, well, I suppose I was.
Were you expecting him? Because you weren't expecting me, right?
That was cute. And she says, well, I suppose not. But here, I suppose we expect the unexpected. Now, don't we?
Strange mind transport and chairs and a planar ship. It's quite unexpected indeed.
And she kind of eyes you up and down, and she says, Grog Stranger of Vox Machina.
Your last name's Stoneville?
Yeah, better strong up.
And she says, you're larger than I thought. Also, Grog, you are pretty attracted to her.
I know.
So go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
This is not a magic. You're just like she's just hot. You can kind of see some side boob coming out, and she has like a
17.
17. Okay,
There's a
you
lot of angles of boob coming out.
you still compose yourself enough to not totally lose it.
She's wearing like flayed human skin though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But she noticed. him.
But like I'm a client, like I'm
Yeah.
just so weird.
No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
Play human skin, but make it sexy.
It's fine. Yes.
doing it for you.
I want to be clear that yes, she's hot, but also this.
It kind of makes me because like I'm down with the weird battle-y, disgusting stuff. You know, it's actually kind of more. It's hot. Yeah.
That's vogue for you. So I take a surreptitious glance down at her kind of neckline
Mhm.
and see her pendant. And see, oh, what is she like? She's like
She kind of like she seems to
she can track her.
Yeah.
My God, what was I gonna say?
yeah. She kind of pushes her chest up a bit.
Let me change my lenses real
Yeah.
quick.
Oh, so
Wait, one more time.
This is refreshing. Usually it's us trying to heap on compliments onto whoever summoned us today. It's part of the circle of the sun.
She says, quite astute.
May we sit or shall we stand?
She says, please.
How am I nervous?
And then kind of like out of thin air right behind you, these like soft, fluffy, velvety chairs appear.
I gotta look at it forward to the mouth. And I kind of sit down and I cross my legs and my big red coat is just kind of laid out on the chair. So,
And she says, how's your child?
well, a little misplaced, I'll see. But I'm assuming that since you brought it up, we'll be able to help you with that.
And she smiles and she says, I can help you with quite a lot of things.
But
And then Grog, she did look over at you. You notice that she seems to be kind of like interested in, but because when she said that she looked over at you.
Right? I say, I'm sure there's a room somewhere in here that you can get, but I'm trying to stay on topic. You brought up my doctor, which, by the way, may I see, I'm getting a wee bit tired. And I bring up my doctor and say, I'm getting a wee bit tired of people jerking my chain. Very fresh. block me. I think that can at least have some fucking originality.
I'm not here to blackmail you. Absolutely not. And she says, I'm hoping you can help me because I can help you.
Scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's usually how it goes.
Indeed.
Make your pitch, please.
Well, I'm quite aware of what is going on. The plight of Taldori. The ever-ascending.
Night of Ascension. I see what you did there. Very nice.
Yes. My sisters in the south. I fear for them. I'm here. I can't help them.
You know our names. Never got yours.
Well, I have many names.
You can maybe make a list and try to remember.
Well, let's see. Maybe my most famous one is Natasha. She says, oh, you know it, but you just don't know that you know it. But down here, they just call me Gambit.
Yay!
Colin,
Igwiliv.
the artist formerly known as Natasha.
The player formerly known as Mouse Cop.
He's gonna have to translate for me.
That's a nat 20
Yeah.
plus 5 is 25.
Okay.
I kind of like look at Rogue like I can shrug my shoulders and expect you to like yeah.
So yes, you have heard Risa talk about Nat 20?
Nat 20.
Okay.
Freedom of week.
Okay. You've heard Risa, maybe even Keyleth a little bit, talk about this Williv / Tasha. She was a regular normal person, decided that she wanted a lot more, made some deals with some demons, and became exceptionally powerful. She's also known as the Witch Queen.
The Witch Queen.
And in fact, her spells are known because of her famous sort of shortened name, which is Tasha.
So Karin gives me that shrug. Karin gives me that look, and I gave him a little like.
Yeah.
I say, oh sorry, not Rob. I say, Rob, you're in the presence of quite a celebrity.
And she goes, and she laughs, and her laugh kind of booms through, and she says, I was hoping you'd heard.
Saying, let me see the last release. I feel like your most recent work. I'm a big fan of her. Say I've studied it quite closely.
She says, I know.
I'm a fan too now.
And she says, glad it's been years. I created it for that reason. Here, time doesn't exist. And I don't need to sleep or eat. And I can just create outside of the space-time continuum.
Bro, just like
And she says, what do you fancy, Grog?
Fancy destroying the biggest, strongest thing I can fight. We're dying an honorable death.
Okay.
Being here with you.
And then outside you hear, and she says, why don't you look out the window?
Monster! Okay, I look out, I just kind of hear.
You see this incredibly large, almost like massively gargantuan creature, and you can tell by what it looks like that it's a Trask.
Ah!
Do I know how that would fare with me?
Well, how was Grog? What was Grog?
That's the real.
You know, you've heard of this. It's just a creature of legend. It's thought to not exist. Not.
Looking out the window.
And then she says, "More." And she goes, and you see these golden fields. You see a silver dragon, and you see the nanny with the baby. And she says, "More." And then you can see demon webs, the demon web pits. And then you see like a snow-covered place. And she says, "I can create anything."
You made a rock so heavy you couldn't lift it.
I see you have my interest now,
But
but please, if I may. Where
it's
are
not
we
just
exactly?
good question. We're in something that I didn't create, I suppose. It's an alternate reality. One that can be manipulated, not just by myself, by you. In fact, it's manipulated by your subconscious. And some would even say that it's quite possibly real. Some would argue that it is too. Part of the fun is deciding what you want to believe. And then she blinks, and then Grog kind of like right next to you, there's a tray with all these different brews and beers. And they smell so good, and some of the best. You know, it reminds you of the brews you had when you were younger, like the best beers, like all the best things. And she says, "See, Grog, I allowed you to create that."
So can I stay here forever?
And she says, "You can if you want."
See ya, peace. Yeah, right. I'm out of the campaign, guys.
And she gets up and she says, "I haven't seen someone like yourselves in some time."
I just kind of look down, like.
And she kind of gets up and she gets up, Grog, and she kind of runs a nail in your collarbone, and she says, "Everyone I've seen has been perfect. Too perfect."
I think she's calling you ugly.
And then she looks in your eyes, Grog, and she says, "But not real."
I'm just real.
And she turns back to you and she says, "But there are bigger matters at hand."
Have you seen Rock?
And she says, "I'm stuck here."
I had a feeling.
And she puts a hand on herself, and then as she does that, something kind of washes over her, and you can see all these black veins going up to her mouth. Her lips are all black.
Yeah.
Black veins everywhere, and like there's even like a little bit of black ooze coming out of her eyes. And she says, "My time is almost up."
A place with no time.
Not here. I can't go back because I was infected. And she looks at you and she says, "I think the cure."
So, what's in it for us?
And she says, "In my time here, which seems like an eternity, but in your reality has only been, I suppose, a 10-year. I have acquired power and magic beyond my wildest dreams. In fact, that's why I accepted this. Instead of dying, I suppose, one does what one has to. Point being, I know what you're fighting. And I could be very useful, me and my witches. The Night of Ascension is happening in 2 weeks. And still, Scarin is planning to be there. There's going to be the big parade, and Marinalis is going to come, and no one's going to know anything about it. But he's planning a very dark ritual. The town of Stilben, you see, has a connection. One to where he is. He is wishing to bring something unimaginable.
So Rove kind of gets up and says, so I'm a man of methodical thought, though my actions might belie me. And I start like, filing around over near, Grove's table of brews and think anything good. Sounds fantastic. I grab one of these, I give it a whip and take a wee drop. And I say, but we're not wee bairns. We're big boys. You can tell us some details. And I think if you want us to work with you, you should probably start by sharing. So help me fill in some details, if you can, if you're so much. What are we actually fighting? What's the scale of this? Up until this point, we've been wandering around, meeting people in a position such as yourself with information, details, and my doctor. But we're always given the giblets, the crumbs that fall off the table, only as much as we need to know. Now, if we're here to give you a nice little fucking ego stroke to help you decide whether or not you want to help us, can't help you there. I'm tired of it and we're done. But if you want us to get you something or something of like value, but they're going to have to give me a bit more details. One, who owns the ship that we're actually on right now? The big, tentacly thing in the sky. Where the hell are we? It's good. That's a good second one.
I mean, in the planets.
Third, who and where are my daughter? Where is she and who put her there?
Well,
Please do.
the ship you're on is an illithid nautiloid.
A what? It's class. Tell you more later.
It was discarded, however. You are being observed by a band of rogue mercenaries that wish to see something. I don't know what.
The natives? Locals?
Yes,
Kif?
yes,
Surfboard guys.
yes.
They want to attack us.
I don't know what they want. I just know that they're observing you. The world that you're on is named Arira. It is an alien planet for you and me in the astral plane.
Knew it. I fucking knew it. Sorry.
Love the astral.
Go on. Yes.
And your daughter is safe. That is all I know.
See.
I'm
Golden
being
Fields.
shielded. I'm being
Silver
shielded. Someone, or probably for good reason, is shielding me. Seeing her. But she's safe. I do know that.
But
For the time being.
Rove, honestly, he's kind of dropping the crazy fish boy bill a little bit.
And she says, I have an army.
I'm sorry. We have a grunt.
And she
Rub my hands in heart. Excuse me.
and she says, although I've been here trapped for some time, there are those in Teldori and other places that have found ways to find me. And I have granted them great boons. And they revere and respect me. They will help. And I wish to help save Tal'Darim. If Scarron is successful, even with my help, I do not think we can thwart this abomination from destroying everything.
I stand up, I put down my brew on your coffee table or whatever. I'm maybe the coaster. And, brush up my pants and I look over at Grog and I say, legit.
She says, find me the cure and I'll help.
And I bow to her and I say, how can I be of service further?
Get me the cure and I can come back to where I once was. I can gather not only my coven, but every person that I have granted a wound to. We can let them know what's happening and they will have
You'll come back as a earthly woman again.
And she says, well, I don't know about that. And she says, and she looks over at the red staff and, I'm sorry, it was a red staff and a violet staff, not a green staff. I'm sorry, I messed up. And she says, I've united the other circles. The red witches of the east and the violet witches of the west.
You know what they're
They're the witches, they're the white of the north.
We got the north and the south. We assume there's west and east too.
And she says, I think they will follow me as well. Especially if Risa and I are together. And then she looks at you kind of curiously after she says Risa's name. And she says, how's Risa?
She's good. She's good.
And she says, she's the newly coronated witch, leader of the Circle of the North.
About a coronation. I mean, she's a big deal. That's what I thought. She's the head witch.
And then she stands up and she says, but is she the white witch of the north? Do you know that?
Honestly, if you're not so, is there a singular one?
I thought they were all just in
I'd say that too. She seems authoritative. She seems kind of like head witch in charge. Yeah.
Now that you mentioned
Let's
it,
go
she
with
was
this.
wearing white last week.
Yeah.
And then she looks down and she says, the items that she has. She has a staff. She describes Risa's staff. And she says she has a mantle. She describes Risa's mantle. And she says, how does she use them?
I sit back and I say, she's very interested in Risa.
She says, we all
We being a circle.
are. Yes.
Why? Why her?
Well, the white witch was always the most powerful.
I fear my
We can learn
responses.
from this.
I fear my responses with playing to the politics of circles that I believe feel very familiar.
I was hoping when she saw my symbol that she would come and see me, but I guess not.
Popular draw, I guess.
Oh, we can
Yeah.
tell her to. Here,
But she went on.
I mean, we can do that.
One last question. Who did make this place?
The demon lord Grost.
Is this a well-known dude? Is he known around the block?
We got 19.
Got 19. 20, 24. 30, 24.
Okay. He's known as the Prince of Pleasure.
Ooh. Oh, buddy, you got some competition.
And then-
Shit.
and then you kind of see an image behind her, like this sort of blue, like large man, pretty muscular and well built, just wearing like this like cod piece
Ooh.
that has all these rings on it. He's got like rings on. He has yellow glowing eyes. He has like two big horns. He's all blue.
Yes.
He has hooves. He has hooves down there.
I'm
It
imagining.
looks like he's packing.
I'm imagining a blue
Um,
goat-footed Terry Crews.
And she says, "We have quite a history."
I just kind of like,
I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm sure.
I'm still like kind of flexing weapons. Like,
Okay.
I'd say so. This isn't really a prison and more of a hideaway. It seems to be.
Yes.
Understand now. Forgive me. I was a bit.
With all of the magic that I possess, I cannot stop this. But I promise you, my intentions are good.
Yeah,
No one who is hot has ever
I say more seriously. I believe you. And I say, I can take Reese memo if you want. All I can say about her mantle is she uses it to the best of her ability to the most common good.
Okay. And she waves her hand, and in front of you, there's this little vial of a red liquid.
Yeah.
And she says, "That's my blood."
There's power in blood. And I give you like a look. Maybe go through the lenses.
It's all magical.
Yeah, it's all magical.
And she says,
yeah.
"The blood in this body is tied with that. Cure that, and I'm cured."
Ooh. That's fun. That's that. I tuck it away into my belt pouch or weapon pouch or little. I see. We're a bit iffy on the details of the cure ourselves. Anything you could help us with to point us in the right direction, especially on this new wonderful balancing world.
And she says, "Your child."
Gee, no. How do we get there?
how do we get off this damn planet?
That's first.
I hate it.
I hate it here. Spicy.
And she says, "I've told you things that have to do with the past. The future is more complicated. I do not wish to mess things up. You will be led.
So follow the light bouncing around.
What do we expect?
Trust your instincts and ask questions. That's all I can say."
I'm just kind of like,
The criticism.
And she says,
Okay.
"Is there anything else you wish to ask me?"
yeah. So, what kind of things you do that chest piece over there? And I point to mine, and I kind of like kind of things.
Yeah.
And she says, "Grog, you've heard of intuition."
That's strong.
And she says, "Well, that's how." And she smiles and she says, "I suppose us gods can influence the multiple."
Gods.
I'm not there yet, obviously, but I'm on my way.
Who am I to judge? I don't feel like that.
If you all help me, maybe you'll be famous. Or not, and we all die. Well, for me.
Sounds like we're doing this then.
Sounds like it.
Thank you. Then she goes up to you, Grog, and she kind of presses her boobs against you.
Oh.
And she says, "I do hope I see you again."
Likewise. Just kind of do like a.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like looking over her shoulder. I'm like,
She kind of smiles, and then as she does that, it kind of like glitches out of existence. And then all of a sudden you're kind of back you're back to this where you were before, this sort of like ring. But even this area seems to be kind of glitching out of it too.
the novel itself.
What you've seen, yeah. up inside of it. And again, everything kind of goes black, just for a quick little flash. And then
Right. Yeah.
oh, is it bad?
Just, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
keep going.
Okay.
Bump that a little bit.
Anyways, you two wake up, but you're kind of still unconscious a little bit. You're just like, the rest of you just have kind of been seeing them kind of moving here and there. Nothing too much has been happening, except at some point you do see this surrounding area just kind of glitch out suddenly, and then you can see that there's sort of this soft glowing blue, like almost like bioluminescent lighted walls that are kind of fleshy and move. Same thing with the ground. It's kind of this like fleshy waterbed ground. And it's just dimly lit by these walls. And you can see that there are two sort of like smaller, I don't know what to call them, pathways that you can see that kind of have this membrane, like a door, basically. This like membrane door over them, kind of on either side of you. Oh, and then you can also see behind you, there's a huge hole in what appears to be the ship, because you're up high. So you're still on a ship. It just wasn't what you thought. You weren't seeing what was there. You're up high, but there's this huge hole, and there's this electricity. You can see some of these tentacles on this ship just kind of waving. The ship appears immobile right now, but there's this huge hole kind of just there, with a tentacle maybe like 10 or 15 feet, kind of just dangling there.
Is it like a 9 hole, like a 4 hole, or
No. It looks like a dam, like it got damaged.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it got damaged.
Also, like, where are Ruark and Karn?
Yes. So, you two. Okay, let's start with you. So yeah, you kind of wake up in this similar circumstance, only you are not with them. Same thing with you. You're all alone. You're both all alone. There are these like weird membrane-ish doorways that you can see beyond that have a passageway. What do both of you do? You can just tell me what you do.
I would just try to get my bearings and figure out where I am, whilst like cautiously poking all the fleshy bits around me to see what happens.
Okay.
Just poke it with my bones.
What do you do to Roark?
What's your name?
Goliath.
So I mean, there's like weird membrane thing with these doorways, and it goes off in 2 different directions. So it's like meeny, miny, moe.
Yeah, you can like left or right. We'll just say left or right for easy.
Is anyone there's one way stand out over another way?
No, it kind of looks like an equal
random direction. Let's go left.
Left. Okay. So you go left through Arc. You walk down a corridor, but these corridors are pretty compact. One thing that you can see is kind of on the ground, you see a couple of metal items just kind of there. They look a bit rusted and broken. One of them looks like it could be a blade. It has all this weird writing on it. But you see that. Karn, which way do you want to go?
Which directions are available to me?
Right or left? Just like simple.
I will go right.
Right. Okay. Karn, you find similar to what I described for Ruark, you kind of walk down this hallway, and you can see kind of on the ground, but kind of like stuck to the side of the wall, you can see this wet note. This wet piece of paper.
I will pick up the paper and see if there's anything written on it.
There's something written in deep speech on it. Can you read deep speech?
Let's find out. I don't think I can.
Wet rail. I don't know if that will work out too well. Wet braille.
Nope, I cannot read it.
Little smudge. Too slippery.
But I'm pretty sure I know someone who can, so I'll just pocket it.
So sorry, you went left and you went right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You bend your
The
butt.
rest of you in the room, or in this area, I suppose we'll say, you can see like some bits and bobbles of stuff too.
Can we communicate with you?
We're just gonna say you woke up. Yeah.
I like to make sure we're like we divulge.
Come in. Anybody there? Hello.
Are we in range?
Hello.
Roar! Where you been?
That's a good question.
Don't I know it?
I'm not sure if anything I've seen since I've been here is real or if something is fucking with me. But
We'll give you details, but
yeah, let's
where
catch
you
up.
know?
Well, you stay where you're at, and I'll try to come to you. How about that?
We're obviously in range. I think we're both on. Long story short, I find out to be a nautiloid.
I have no idea.
Right. So yeah, I'll explain. No, there's not
Tentacle
enough time.
ship.
Just
All right,
Yes.
just I can move pretty quick.
Yeah.
I can, through any difficult terrain. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of,
This isn't difficult terrain, it's just a little bit wobbly.
and I'm gonna be very careful,
Sure.
obviously, and move towards down the pathway.
Were you able to discern at all maybe what part of the ship we got sucked into on our way up?
Just the center.
The very
There's just a
center.
center, and then you're not. Well, I suppose you have the hole. You have the hole back there. If you want to look at it and try and discern.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. Give me a survival check.
Is there is a hole before?
No, well, it's kind of in like the lower part of the back wall.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
My survival skills there.
An engineering role.
Well, I think he's talking about like how I can rule out
Yeah, like yeah.
triangulation or placement based on.
Yeah.
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 On point. Oh, that's a dirty 21.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's enough. You can kind of tell from that you're. I suppose the ship is round. Okay.
From what
Okay.
from what I've seen,
Off center.
kind of breaking fourth wall, they're kind of like snail-like things. They look like an actual nautilus.
Well, these ones look a little more technical.
Word.
These ones look less fantastical and more just like a spaceship that has like kind of these like metallic and not like sort of living tentacles. It's like metallic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So like, so is it like?
It's
long
kind of like a
term?
jellyfish.
So it's
Tentacles down and then like this round thing on the top.
Okay.
That's what
Nice.
it's like.
Got it. You got sucked up into.
So
like, the
you're
very-
so like if this is the top of the jellyfish, like you're seeing out like here.
We're definitely on the perimeter. We have. To.
Yeah, so I suppose you're on the perimeter. That's
Yeah.
because it's
Awesome.
round.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I don't
This works.
know. Yeah.
That works. That works.
Space,
Just
jellyfish.
radially symmetrical.
Yeah.
I radio Roar can say where we're towards the hull of the ship. If you're in an interior space, try and move outwards. If that helps.
Got
guide.
any sense of that from where I'm at. I mean, I have an excellent direction sense,
Right.
like uncanny.
By name?
Kind of.
Uncanny.
No, they describe that.
Yeah, it's like primeval awareness stuff, basically.
I mean, sure. Okay, make a survival check. Maybe I'll say a disadvantage since you're in a ship and have no.
Yeah, unfamiliar terrain.
All right, so it's gonna be an 11 to 10 to 21.
Okay. This is interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay. You know what you do notice? You notice that the floor, the viscous floor, is kind of moving slightly in another in a certain area than others, and you can hopefully discern that maybe that's where your friends are, but you really don't know.
I will go with my feelings towards moving
Okay.
the floor and be like, there's something trying to. Yeah, so I'll use that knowledge. What
Sure,
was
sounds good.
What was that roll? That check roll?
that? 21.
We'll
Survival.
So
Yeah.
If it's a radio ship, and like the architecture within, I assume would be representative of a radially based
It's
thing, right?
oh okay, so it's kind of it's kind of cavernous, at least from what you can see so far.
Right,
So it's not just a big open.
right. But what I'm saying is, like if you were to build something that's circular and radial, you probably have supports that go in and like pinwheel out from the center, right?
Mhm.
So if he's on like he's in a corridor that like curves to the left, you can assume that away from the curve is outwards. I'm just trying to give you feel for explanation.
Okay, got you.
You know.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't build a circularly a radially symmetrical thing with straight 90-degree corridors. You know, I build everything like spiraling out from the center or like
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
If I
yeah.
were to build a giant spaceship jellyfish.
Anyways, so the rest of you, now that you have this knowledge, do you want to do anything or?
I want to talk to Risa first.
I was gonna mention.
Yeah.
I was like, should we what do we do with Risa?
I say, Risa, we've had a run-in with maybe an associate of yours. Met a celebrity, Tasha, or AKA Gwilith.
You fucking with me?
No, man. I say, oh no, she asked for you by name, actually. She was very interested to know of your recent promotions. Are you on good terms with her? I didn't want to give too much away. I was trying to, keep things a little confidential, but I'm not sure I was very successful.
No, I appreciate that. It's honestly been quite a while.
So looked like she'd been in there for quite some time. Could use a dust. She wanted us to help her out. Turns out she's got the sickness too. She's got the fever. I got some of her blood. Don't know how it made it out here. Still a little iffy on that.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
weird.
She said basically, a few drops of the good old, baby juice.
Yeah,
Not that kind of baby juice. A couple of drops.
that's something I can't provide. I don't.
A couple drops of the cure would cure her as well. She's chilling out in the shack made by her big blue boo. The goat sex god. Gost, I think.
Grost.
Grost.
Yeah.
Grost, who's quite impressive.
And I just kind of like,
I say so. Basically, she's looking to help us out and coordinate with all of the other circles, northeast, south, and west, the entire compass roads, to help us out in Stillben. During the night of Ascension, she's going to help fill us in. Skaren's plan is to summon something. She was a little vague on that point, exactly what was summoned during the night of Ascension. So we need to find my daughter and acquire the cure in 2 weeks, basically.
So this is self-interest for her.
Mhm.
This is self-interest on her part.
Oh, without a doubt. But she seems to have organized maybe some aid, so that if we cure her and enable her to leave her kind of stasis realm, that she would help us in return.
Sorry.
By summoning, drawing the powers of all of your circles
Okay, sorry.
to assist us on the night of Ascension to face this evil.
Well, if she has the inside scoop on whatever's happening in Stillben, that's good. That's the information we didn't have before, right?
My thoughts.
Are you at all curious?
Yes.
oh, you might know.
Yeah.
Well, again.
Yeah. So Keyleth, you hear all this too, and yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I kind of motioned you over. We're doing the witch talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, look. Okay, cards up.
Yeah.
I'm from the circle of the North. Like we were sisters,
Yeah.
but what Keyleth might not remember is my mom never thought about human parenting. Where's my relationship?
Who am I correct?
The inspiration for the Great Circle of the North is this essentially this giant tree, which I am both at once a part of and also not. I don't understand how relationships work, but I am simply of and not of it at once. Okay. If we get out of this hellscape, I can lead us to our home. And we can mobilize and find your child. That is appreciate. And then if the rest of you have family members that you want to protect, we're building home with a guard and an army that is being led by. So we've built a fortress to protect the rest of humanity.
So there have been other efforts as well.
Yeah.
How far does this extend? This is much larger than that's
We're
still
on
in Aldor.
Yeah.
Maybe wild map?
What? Any other cameos we want?
Everyone.
Everybody.
And the spires are here.
Yeah.
I say this sounds like it's bigger than us.
Yeah, I didn't know that Felix was with, or that Risa was with y'all, because we were looking for the artifacts that Risa possesses that was given to her by honestly a betrayal. What's up?
Marinellis.
Yeah.
The Marinellis.
Karn was there.
Oh no.
Marinellis is betrayed them. And we thought she stole the artifacts that Risa has.
So she was broken.
She made decisions out of fear. That was. She wasn't evil. Humans make bad choices. Everyone makes bad choices.
What are we talking? Like the goggles, the gear, everything? Or just the things Risa was given?
Just the mantle. Court.
No. You guys are all fine. However, you can see through the viscous door. You can see a wandering Karn, kind of just looking around. He appears to not see you though. Like he's looking at stuff. He's just looking around, but you see him.
Who sees him first?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, make a perception check.
All right, roll.
Perception. So sorry,
No.
that wasn't.
Oh, I
my
forgot
role. Was
Percy's
just
here
constantly
too.
have to see turn order.
Oh, wait, no, he's not.
Oh, I rolled a 16.
Okay.
Yes, he is. Sorry.
Captain, where are we?
Yeah.
Help.
You got.
I'm lost.
Wait, do you have a thing?
No.
It's statistical.
Okay, what did y'all get?
I think it was a Kaz who found me first.
Risa, did you roll? Apparently we want to roll to see who sees Karn first.
Oh, sorry.
People just want to roll dice.
Okay,
Okay, that's fine. I
I'm gonna roll this too.
want to roll dice too.
I got like a 4. I don't see any.
Oh, Karn.
Karn's going with his eyes closed.
There's no sight.
There's like just gooping his eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, my head's on back.
I have no direction, therefore I can't.
Like I said, I can't find the GPS. I can't locate myself.
You're still calibrating.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, anyways, one way or another, someone spots Karn. Whoever wants to spot Karn can spot Karn.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
There you are.
Ahoy, hoy!
What?
You can hear this like muffled stuff behind this door, but you can't see anything through the door, Karn. You just hear.
This looks like a job for an old friend. Like it's designed to be open normally, but they're just gonna use a crowbar anyway. So like,
Is your crowbar black and have feathers?
no, it's just
Crowbar?
no, it's just a red crowbar. Like a,
Boo!
there's the door.
Boo!
well, yeah, just like it's like kind of like The Shining almost, where it's just like
Here's Carney.
Okay, yeah, you can kind of peel back the door and you can see Karn's face.
oh good, you're alive. Also, where in the 7 hells are we?
Oh no.
Oh,
So
Give
we,
me an answer.
yeah. So what was the planet's name again?
Oh, yeah.
Irira.
Irira. Wherein. So
Yeah.
This is the place where everything came from. That's
Ding
all.
ding
that's all
ding
we
ding
got.
ding.
So I'm like, so we're in the astral plane, as suspected.
Excuse me, what?
Turns out that's what happens when you lay down a lot of.
A quick glance at Roar.
Rourke's not there yet.
Oh, right.
Not pointing any finger.
Rourke's not there yet.
Oh, okay. Just
I was
like,
complicit
I
as
can
well.
hear over the thing, and I'm like, what?
It's like I was complicit.
You can
as
hear
well.
more the muffled. You begin to hear some sounds, Rourke. So
I guess, like,
you're finding your way towards
if
it.
Carter can't have Roar, they'll just go, oh God, it's Roar. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's here.
Oh,
He's somewhere around.
Also,
You didn't see it?
no.
Rourke, as you're walking kind of down the final like little hallway part of getting to where they are, something along the wall goes like moves the wall like it's swimming behind it, and kind of just startles you for a second.
As if like something was moving under the surface of the skin wall.
Yeah,
The wall.
yeah.
Did I catch what it was?
No, you couldn't. It's opaque. The walls are opaque, but you just kind of went,
Moving along.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Anyways,
I'm paying attention to that.
Carter will continue to go. Well, I'm glad everyone's here. We got the captain, we got Rove. Rourke's still missing. Wait, who the hell?
but then you eventually
We have?
you can hear them similar to what I just described.
Right, but like
You
that-
eventually
all
you come to the doorway where you can hear their
remember is just
voices, but you
without any
don't know what's
context.
behind them.
No,
you bought the
Yes.
Scare Bear stairs.
Yeah, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So you,
But that's it. Yeah.
you'll see a tail, and there's like one of these weird walls, and a tail kind of like pulls it open.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and I'm like, all right.
Like, yeah, I
So
finally
that's
fill
Yeah,
people in. I fill people in.
Yeah.
I give them the whole spiel.
Right.
You know, I say I apologize for not getting an autograph from Tasha. And
That's okay.
That's okay. she says.
All right, so yeah. So
Do
here we
you
are.
guys not like her as witches of the?
I don't know.
I feel like y'all got a beef, north, south, east, west.
One thing that
Fine.
one thing that you do know,
Okay, shut up.
Risa and Keyleth, just from last session, is all of the witches of the South went missing.
Yeah.
You do know that,
Well, we saw their symbol on the ship earlier.
and their symbol was on a gullet as well.
Also, okay, so last time you also said that we can't speak to them because they speak a different language.
Speak to who?
The witches of the South. That's still.
I think it's kind of just like thieves' cant, where they can.
They have like their own.
Yeah,
They can speak with us. Like,
Oh
there's
no!
a
Just
shared
their leader wasn't able to speak common.
language. Okay.
Yeah,
The-
so that's
the
true.
rest
That
of
is
them
true.
No language.
That is true. Yeah.
The rest of them.
Yeah. There was an interpreter.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who is of them?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Her name is Minerva.
Also, Carter's just gonna pull out a very solid piece of paper, and then y'all can read this.
Yeah.
Just like bring up the deep speech note.
Mhm.
I got it.
Okay.
Traps got it.
Just
Well, I
like
cannot.
Carter has to peel it off of their hand.
You
Slaps on your
speak
chest.
Okay. Okay. So it's a spell scroll,
Oh, read me.
and it is a scroll of greater restoration.
Okay.
Woo!
But you have to be in deep speech to cast it, or
like,
have
come
someone
down the table.
or like have someone translate it, like Lisa or something.
I like carefully peel it off
Yeah.
my pack and put it between maybe two pieces of like a field journal or a notebook.
Does someone still have like lower age, permanently lower age?
I think we're all rested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
No,
Cool. I say
Maybe.
I think I can use scrolls.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, any spellcaster can
Yeah,
use
okay.
any scroll.
Cool.
Just if it's not your
Um,
trained school, then you have to make
but
a
yeah.
check.
I show it to the most magical among us. Actually, maybe that's not true anymore. I show it to the witches. So we got School of Restoration.
Oh, that's what that.
Yes.
Research should keep it.
Good fun.
You also begin to hear kind of coming from the doorways, this like sound.
From where? Like from.
From from here. You know, we can actually go to the map now.
I'll go closer to the sound of my weapon.
We can go to the map now.
I hear that.
So if anyone can get on roll 20, I will.
Wait, Rogue, did you,
This is not the map.
you handed me the scroll or you just want to show me the scroll?
I'm just showing it to y'all. And
Cool.
Is that working
I feel like
for y'all?
Yep.
You see? Okay.
So group big picture, where are we at here? Like, do we want to be on this spaceship? And what's going on here?
I think we can. Well,
Okay.
if they encountered Tasha, and this ship belongs to the witches of the south. Presumably, we could maybe find someone who, like a person or some interface to learn more about piloting.
Yes.
Eventually getting back home.
Then I'm on board. Would she be able to help?
I want to hunk.
Yeah.
Easy.
I mean, both of
No,
them.
and we're trying to get home,
Yeah,
or
I
we're
forgot.
trying to,
we're trying to find my girlfriend.
because for one, it's your
And get
daughter.
home.
Well, yeah, we eventually have to get to Stillman, but from what I've seen, she is not on this plane.
So
This ship can travel through planes of existence.
Not
Maybe.
sure. I'm not a non-lawyer.
How do we find that out?
we keep exploring.
Like,
We find
let's
someone
explore.
or like a
Mm.
or like a book manual,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
pamphlet,
Come.
brochure.
Carn will investigate
User's
for
manual.
instruction manual.
poster.
Or
I'd like to.
Carn did not
look
find an
around.
instruction manual.
So we want to like find a bridge or something, and hopefully there's an instruction manual.
I would assume there's a
or a
helm
person.
Find
on a ship. I assume there's a
The
helm.
captain's right here.
Captain.
So
Captain,
this
you-
so
there's a lot of rippling coming from the doors.
Yeah. So I wanna notice this
So
rippling.
towards rippling again.
Just
I
you
wanna
know.
notice this rippling and like see what are my nature lenses. Is there anything living under these? Like these bumps or these ripples in the door?
Also, the ship.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Well, the walls are opaque, so you can't really see through them.
Okay.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
Oh, equal.
Yeah, I'm gonna sip them.
I thought it was like radio at first.
Okay, sorry.
Back.
What did you say?
So. Sorry, what was I saying?
I don't know.
got distracted.
I forgot- I got distracted
Looking
too.
at the walls. Yeah, so what kind of
Oh,
rippling
that's
is going on? You said there was like a going on. Is that just the door like doing a little
Do we see
like little shivers?
in the door moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it looks just kind of like ripples.
Just the wall itself is rippling.
But like, it looks, the ripples look to the effect of like, it's not from something walking. That makes sense. It's not just
Like
like,
swimming almost.
it's just like it's like shaking.
Oh.
Huh.
It's like,
So
it's like
the-
muscle
The
spasms?
ripples
And
guided me to y'all, and so there might be some sort of intelligence in the ripples.
Okay.
So just for shits and giggles, I would say let's follow the ripples and see where they.
these
take
ones
us.
do look different. These ones are much more like something large is going on.
Behind the door.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And you can kind of see from behind the door that the hallways look like the walls of the hallway look like they're moving and like reshaping almost.
I'm gonna get near the door, not too close in case the door gets burst open.
Yeah,
Like,
Carn's just gonna like
act
go up to the shield down, shoulder, just,
Yeah. Phalanx
Cool.
it, you know?
yeah, exactly.
So you see more of that and then it kind of calms down, it stops and it just looks normal again.
Carn's just gonna like pet the door. It's like, it's
Calm down.
okay, we're not here to hurt you. You're alive, right?
You can also see that the passageway has like changed directions a little bit.
So it's not just a donutting.
Oh, so this is a
Completely
whole
different.
different thing.
Maybe we should learn something in this room first.
Ship, are you sentient? Can you like hear us or understand us?
Give us a
And if
sign.
so, can you lead us to your, what we would consider a bridge in our language?
You can use machine.
Not quite.
So I can speak with my ring to animals and different
Okay.
things. So I'm just going to try with all of my essence to communicate with the ship. And
Okay.
see what happens.
Make a handle animal check.
It's a living ship.
22.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. After maybe a couple minutes, you see you see a ripple in the water-like bed that goes towards the door on the left side.
Thank you, ship. I will follow.
Do you want a treat? Pulls out like a little bit of ration.
I
He's
follow,
hungry.
I follow and say,
Okay.
please, ship, show me the way.
Sure. So there's so this is the same passageway you came down to, Mark. It does look very different, however, and the doorway or the doorway into this passageway now leads to a different place that you weren't at before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So is this less non-Euclidean geometry, more just the password and the shifting around?
Maybe your intention, you can will read shift and read mold.
It's like the room of requiring.
Oh, and then I also forgot to say, off to the right, you can see these little pods.
Should we all sleep together?
Yes.
Right now?
Yeah. But
Email back to them.
should we wait? Have we looked at these pods earlier?
These pods were not here before.
Look at these pods.
Should we look
We
at
should
these?
look at everything.
I'm gonna look at this.
Investigate where we are.
Yo, man.
Sure.
I'm over the pods.
Oh, baby.
Oh, dude, you cannot
I'm
roll
on
below
fire.
like an 18 tonight.
Mm,
29.
He's on fire.
29.
I'm sorry, you're
Chris, put it
investigating the
out.
area?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yes. 29.
You. Oh shit, where's my note?
Yes, Tracy.
Okay. 29. Interesting. Okay, so you can see underneath like a sub-layer of this stuff.
Substrate, whatever it is.
You can see something that you know if you maybe like cut into it or something, you can pull it out. It looks to be some sort of cloth.
In the wall.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like like some sort of cloth.
Do you bring attention to this?
I do.
Carl will just silently like come over, slowly raise the crowbar.
Whoa! Living ship.
I
Living
thought you
ship.
said, yeah, it's a living thing.
I try and first like trace the area that it's at,
Mhm.
and seeing Ruark's success with communing with the ship, I kind of motion over and I say, "You think you can ask the ship to open this up?"
Oh, shit. Oh shit!
I summon
Hey,
thee.
ship.
Open sesame.
I don't know if it's speech or
Yeah.
how I interact, or I make it a little tickle right here.
Little strap behind the ears.
But however it is that I understand how to
Yeah.
communicate with natural things.
Okay. Make another handle animal check.
13.
Okay. A couple minutes go by, nothing happens. 5 minutes go by, nothing happens.
Last flash of genius. Add 5 to that. 18.
So 18.
Okay. The where the cloth is like a little bit of condensation begins to happen, and after about 10 minutes or so, the cloth is kind of very near the surface, almost so much that you could probably just pull it out.
I am going to be patient, so as to be respectful to the ship, and just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Tear anything.
It still stays the same, kind of like very surface level. Like you'll still
Carl is
have
visibly
to.
annoyed.
It's almost like the top layer of skin if you were to like pull something from the top layer of skin.
Okay. We
Something I take. I don't know. Can we read what's on the cloth or like see what the cloth is before?
It looks to be okay. It looks kind of like a beigeish, kind of dirty something or other. It's kind of bound together, so it's a little.
Okay.
This is what I see on you.
I take out my knife, my metal dagger. I don't use it.
Okay.
But I very carefully make an incision on the left edge.
Okay.
So I could like easily pull it out.
Yeah, no problem. You do that.
No reaction from the ship. Well,
No. There we go. Let's try this.
What is it?
So it appears to be a shirt. It appears to be like a shirt, except this shirt is cut for a much more like lanky body than like a human. It's very skinny. and kind of like not as wide shoulders, but the neck area is just covered in this like stained black goo.
My
Familiar black.
my friend, is this a magical vestment, or can you tell? Does this come from the people of this place?
I would assume it fits a Squidward.
Is it it's in their fashion?
It is not magical, and in nature, it's quite worn. Yeah, you other than that, you don't know.
Does it look like black telling group?
Investigation check.
Hey,
Mm.
terrible coach.
Mhm.
That's a
Dude.
28, sir.
Jesus, Noah, you're on
Red
fire.
guy.
Good
I
God.
gotta test this.
I
real
know
fast.
it all. Yeah,
I gotta check this out.
Okay.
No, it's legit.
That's legit.
Swag.
Okay. You know, Noah, Rove,
Yeah.
it is not.
Um,
You remember that the gift that you found at Skaren's little hideout also had black blood.
the gift that I found. So this is.
Remember you had found the gift with the exploded heads?
So less black telling, more dead.
gift with exploding head.
Maybe the
In
helms-
Skaren's hideout, yeah.
The helms that wear these shirts.
Found gift with exploded heads.
I have a feeling the most expendable ones
Okay.
are red.
Yeah. And they had black blood.
Are gifts lanky as well?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
They're very slender.
And this looks like maybe like slaves' rags. Like
Yeah.
this is like a burlap.
Yeah.
Almost like a burlap shirt.
Yeah.
More a bag. And so
Exactly.
I think this used to be a slaver ship.
Like in a lipid slaving barge or something like that.
And I say we continue on.
Let's ship,
Find the
please. Thank you.
Oh,
Please
ship.
continue. We will follow you.
Okay. So do y'all move down I suppose this would be the western hallway?
Asking the ship to kind of show us the way and looking for the tells and following those.
So when you asked the first time, the ship said to go to off to it'd be your right, but
So I'm not going to deviate. I'm going to continue along now.
Cool. The
Sure.
best lead we got so
Good to
far.
follow.
yeah.
Are you under roll 20 now?
No.
Yeah, get on roll 20 if you can. Cool. So
Yeah, you're in.
Ruark, as you walk down that corridor. By the way, is anyone else walking down that corridor?
Yeah. I think
We're
all
staying
following
together.
Yeah,
Sounds good. What's your marching order?
I'm gonna be.
Is it that skinny?
Yes, you cannot. It is tight.
If I had to suggest, it'd probably be Ruark in front, then followed by either
Yeah.
Grog or Karn.
Okay.
I was gonna say that.
Sounds good. As you're all kind of walking down this narrow corridor, you feel on the wall next to you another large movement that kind of startles you against the wall.
You have a chance to try to like look at it like as a form or shape as it goes by really quick, or it's too fast. Kind of
It's
peek out.
just the wall isn't thin enough to discern. It's not like a super thin wall. It's pretty thick.
Does it continue on down the hallway to the
Yeah.
rest of the line?
So it continues down, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pods, and then there's what appears to be a wall.
What's in the pod?
What's in that pile? Also, can I have control of my
Oh, that's right. I did do something. I was trying to do something with yours, and then I ended up fucking it up. So I'm sorry. Let's see if I can give you control. Controlled by Rove.
We're moving in both homes.
Okay, you should have control now, Rove.
Thank
You have control?
I have the card.
Okay.
Cool. So if it continues down this hallway and we reach these pods, I want to check out the pods.
Okay.
Can I investigate?
What's that?
Can I investigate these pods?
Sure. You don't need to roll just yet. When you kind of like, open up this viscous door, you can see a humanoid creature just kind of sitting in this like oozy, viscous, gross chair, I guess we'll say.
Mm.
Kind of arms kind of stuck inside this mass, this like bubbly mass, and legs too. Looks to be a gift person. They have the stone things, these like stone things all over their skin.
Yeah. Is that the usual, like the normal coloration that the other people have it?
Yes. So they have these like they're like rocks almost. They look kind of like rocks in their skin. Head exploded, blood everywhere, torso and rib cage ripped open, blood, just black blood everywhere. And internal organs gone.
Ooh. So it looks like they were disemboweled while in there. Okay. And anything else?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
While that's going on, Ruark, behind you, 3 black tentacles shoot out and grab you and pull.
Can I get a chance for a reaction?
Yeah. You're not, but they grab you and they pull you to the wall, and it appears to try and pull you into the wall. So it was split second. So that all happens. First off, go ahead and because it was from behind you, like it came from behind you and pulled you back against the wall.
So like a dex save of some sort.
Just give me a strength save because it's got you.
Blurred. Any of that matter?
Not. It does not matter for this scenario.
Usually I can't be caught flat-footed like that. So I'm just wondering if I had some sort of chance. So what do you want me to do?
So just give me a strength saving throw, please.
More of a dex guy.
And the rest of you can see it kind of starting to pull him into the wall, the side of the wall.
Can I do something right now?
Yeah. So anyways, so that is happening.
I'm gonna run ahead and start grabbing him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody big and burly want to cut me away from this bullshit?
I mean, I'm gonna be pulling you so we can cut.
And I'm trying with the crowbar.
And instead of saying that, I go, hell.
Okay, so Grog, you're right there. So you can just bam. So yeah, you just want to make a athletics check. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh no.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, Grog, you rip him off. You rip the tentacle. Excuse me. You rip him out of the tentacles. I mean, the suckers on the tentacles kind of create holes in your skin, like bloody holes. So you take a little bit of damage. Not that much.
I move him back away from range.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Take 5 points of damage. And then the tentacles right after that just.
Am I the hit points that I was 2 sessions ago?
No, you've
bad,
rested.
or-
You've rested.
Okay.
We'll just say you've rested, even though it's fine. Anyways, yeah, and then they retract into the side of the wall, and then the wall is now kind of leaking this like clear oozy liquid a little bit where they came out. But then it's just silent like it was before.
Is this the hallway or the one of the pods?
The hallway.
The hallway. Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
Good question, Noah. So it came from over here.
Good to have you close.
I rolled a nat 20 for my investigation,
Okay.
so that's 30.
Wow. Okay. No way. Jesus. Okay.
Nice.
Well. All right. What do you find? Let's see. What do you find? Oh, okay. Well, you find ripped pieces of clothing stained with a dry black liquid, which you probably know what it is. Okay. And
Yes.
You now.
okay, you can see kind of wedged where the hand of the Gith went down. You can see what appears to be kind of stuck in this bubble. Appears to be what some sort of firearm or gun-like thing kind of in there, maybe like half a foot in there that you would have easily just not seen, but you just notice it like kind of like the hand must have got the hand and the firearm got sucked in, and the firearm just like right there by the hand.
Is it like sticking out? Do I have to like cut in then?
You have to cut in, yeah. It's so the hand is down here, and then it's like,
Okay.
yeah. So
I take my spear. I actually use heat metal on the spear
Okay.
tip.
okay,
So it's like a red hot spear tip.
sure.
And I just go like on the bubble and try and cut
Okay.
out the firearm.
Sure. It's pretty, yeah, it's just, you know, all this sort of gross clear liquid kind of comes out. And as you do that, the bubbles start to kind of convulse and pump out more of this liquid. But yes, you eventually do get this goo covered firearm. It's got like, it's kind of this longer firearm. It's got kind of this like blue sort of shimmer to it.
Okay.
It has, it's
Look like it's made out of irregular metal.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it has 3 of those green rings near the hilt
Nice.
to potentially denote ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a two-handed pierce to be like a larger, maybe like, you know, this long.
Is it any recognizable style of firearm, like a rifle or a shotgun or
More like a rifle. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I go.
Let me see, what have you found?
Something that looks like a firearm. Looks like it shoots things.
Excellent,
I'm not proficient in it. Want to add it to the arsenal?
absolutely. I'd like to check it out. Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to fire it?
Inside the ship.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
It's a rifle like.
So to remind you, Rourke, you found a few guns. You found like a little like pistol one.
Oh, that's right. You can find it there.
Then you found like a big fucking like anime gun, like fucking like
Jeez.
with like this big
BFG.
yeah BFG. And then this one is more of just like a rifle gun.
Right.
Yeah, right? Is that? I think you might have found some other, maybe not a gun,
It's not
but
a whip thing.
yeah, you found a whip thing.
It was like a.
Mhm.
It might be in the party item.
Isn't it a teleporting one?
Teleporting.
No. I think you guys knew what it did. Someone.
We got a full download. Of
Yeah,
everything that those things were.
it's a weapon. It's like a whip that when you hit someone with it, you can teleport them.
Oh,
That's right, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is not this time or the place, but when we have a chance, I would like
Right.
to study them and figure out how they
sure.
can be used. But
Okay.
maybe now is not the best time. So like instead, I think I'll like strap it back to my pack or whatever and be like, cool. Let's move on.
Mhm.
Maybe those tentacles were the helm. Oh. Could be.
Let's continue on.
It just appears that there's a wall ahead. You can super vaguely see something behind this wall. Normally you can't in this.
Go and put the hand up against the wall and be like,
But is that the tentacle wall or the?
No, so sorry. The wall, if you can look at, it's right down below where Ruark is. You can come back here too and look at mine.
Where are the tentacles?
I can't see any further.
the tentacles
farther
came
line.
out of the wall. Like right here.
Oh, okay, I see.
So they're out. They're counter to the.
Is there anything south of me? Or is that the
That's
wall?
what's south of you. That wall that you can kind of see behind.
Chip, can you let us through?
We're going that way.
It doesn't
there's a
respond.
membrane.
I see. I thought that was the end of it. Was the tentacle wall.
So wait, the ship was guiding us here, and then attacked you. I'm sure you can
I
trust the
mean, I
ship.
assumed it was attack.
Was it the ship that attacked me, or is it something that's inside the ship that's perverting it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
But I think for now, I don't know if we can trust the ship.
Karna's just gonna gently like press against that like somewhat transparentness.
Okay, you press against it and you can kind of it's compared to the other walls, it's surprisingly stretchy, I guess we could say.
Karna's gonna force their way through it.
Okay, you push, and it begins to slightly tear. You want to keep pushing?
Yeah.
And then you go into the next room. Fuck you, shit.
Just like like just kind of just gonna look at everyone, just shrug and just keep going.
Cool.
And you can, first of all, this part of the ship really smells.
Good thing I don't have a nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells foul as the air kind of just washes in. Yes, absolutely. There's these piles of metal garbage just kind of everywhere.
I'm gonna start the clock on reaching out and sensing what's around us.
Gotcha. This is not the music I wanted.
Wait, can
And-
I ask a question?
Yes.
There was the door. What door did Karn push through?
Where I'm at. on the map.
Right down here, which is.
And then, okay,
Here,
so
I'm gonna move
relative,
Karn. I'm gonna move Karn.
and then relative to the door, where were the tentacles?
The tentacles were right behind Ruark. So tentacles were right here.
Oh, they came from the floor?
Sorry, they came from the wall right behind Ruark. They came from the opposite wall from Ruark. That makes sense?
Okay, and those tentacles are kind of next to the door.
No, there's no more tentacles. They once
ripped
Krog ripped Ruark away. Oh, Ruark, that reminds me.
But they were, but they had come out of the wall right next to the door?
For more or less.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
more or
okay.
less. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, like yes.
Well, I mean, okay.
Just need to
Okay.
walk away from that wall now.
It's kind of hard to explain, but no, they just came from the opposite wall from where Ruark, was, but essentially kind of right by the entrance way to this place.
Okay. I'd like to peek through the peek behind Karn and get it, because I'm probably getting a sense of the smell into the other room now.
So you can see, so it smells, and floating in the air,
Uh-huh.
all these Gith body parts,
Oh God.
and just like blood, also just like floating, like it's like anti-gravity, like decapitated, like heads and arms and legs, and just like it's all just like floating in this sort of cyclone that's just spinning around up near the top of this room.
Is there a very obvious point where like the artificial gravity ends and like zero G starts?
You don't know because the metal is on the ground.
But
The bodies are like floating in this weird like.
We need the bodies to hit the floor.
Car's actually gonna, like,
Ruark, give me a wisdom saving throw.
oh, no. I get +2 because I'm nearby you.
Thank you.
Oh well, this was from a little bit
Oh,
ago.
okay.
How close were you to him?
Close.
Yeah.
In the marching order. Okay.
Add +2 to your roll. Actually, that's +3 because you add my charisma modifier to it, so it's +3.
Not mine.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so mine would normally be a +5. I rolled an 18, so I would have had a.
You had +8.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
So
So you're fine. You're fine.
what is that in the 30 now? Or is it +8?
No, you get 23.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, calm. It's not that good. Calm down.
Oh, and you can also see, by the way, there's another little. Oops. No. Said reveal, not hide. There's another little wall-like area. Oh, and actually, there's another little doorway over here. In case you didn't see that.
Do I sense anything?
And there's
danger?
another wall like the one you just came in down there.
Do I sense any dead human or elf mate?
Dead human elf? No.
Karn's just gonna pick up a piece of detritus and just toss it up the body to see if it starts floating.
Here, I'm just gonna move everyone in.
I don't want to go in.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll let you move yourself then. We're just gonna say
See, so Karn, I just want to point out that Karn hasn't really told you about their vision with the matron. All that he has told you all is just, I need to get to Stillman immediately. And it's hell bent on doing that.
you can also see kind of in the center of the room, there appears to be this metal, we'll just say sink for lack of a better term. But no, like this like a bird bath, like a bird bath. Yeah, basin, kind of just in there with this dark, murky water.
What do you see, my friend?
I use my blue lens to zoom in.
It just looks like opaque black murky water.
Does the pathway continue on the other side of this room?
Yes.
I'm gonna just go up ahead, just not like y'all can see me. I just want to go and see what I can see down the path a little bit.
Oh, and I'm sorry, another thing, you can see that some of the blood that's coming out of these various body parts is kind of slightly spiraling down into this space.
But,
I'm not on the floor, by the way.
Did you hear that, Terry?
oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm just confused by it.
I'm going the high route of Spider-Man. Like,
Okay.
Can I like look at the body parts and see and try to discern if they were like ripped by something?
Sure,
or,
yes,
like, I mean, it's not gonna be the
absolutely.
best check,
Make a
but
medicine
sure.
check.
That's for
Well, Grog, you don't know. You don't know, Grog.
Grog don't know.
Grog no no.
I was trying to see.
You're trying to see.
I'm like, you can see me looking at the body parts.
Ugh. Yeah.
Connor's gonna attempt to do the same thing.
Sure.
Because they are trained in medicine. 13 plus the number. Medicine, 16.
Yeah, so the appendages still have like the sockets partly, and it does appear that they were like almost pulled apart.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Cool. After that, I'm gonna go follow. Ruar.
Also, no internal organs anywhere. Even like there's rib cage, no internal organs.
I'm gonna go follow Ruar and try to while he's going to protect him.
Oh, Ruark went down there.
Yeah, he's straying around trying to get to the other side, I think.
He went in a little bit, and I'm gonna go follow him.
Also, at some point, Carm is gonna throw a rock just like up to where the floating bodies are to see if it starts floating.
Does not.
Or it's like organic.
Is there like a piece of organic matter I can try throwing instead?
Is there? I don't know. Like, not that you see, unless you want to hurt one of your friends.
I would like to go back. I'd like to go back to the what do you call it? The gift body in the cell, basically the pod.
Mhm.
I'd like to and I'd like to
Ah,
cut
okay,
off a goblet of
sure.
flesh.
Okay.
And I say on to and I try and toss up this piece
Okay.
of flesh.
It indeed just goes right up into the cyclone, and the blood kind of spirals down. Yeah, it smells foul like death.
And I say, I know this seems foreboding at first glance, but it makes me wonder what a living ship would be powered off of, especially one under the employ of moon slavers and heathens.
I mean, to be fair, you think other things. So.
Oh, and you also see no heads, like no skulls. It's all down.
Do the heads look?
I'm just gonna
ripped off?
can I thorn whip and just grab all the flesh?
All of that.
Well, there's a lot of it. How big is your thorn whip?
I'll just fine. I'll just use.
You can grab some. Okay.
I'll blow it all out.
Okay.
I'll just use gusts and push everything.
Sure. That works. Just which direction do you want to push it, or does it not matter?
Away from me. I don't care.
That's fair. Okay. Yep. That's fine. It is manipulable. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just want to clear the cycle in the floor.
Gotcha.
Great.
Okay.
This is gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there an exit?
Yes. There's 2 exits.
You want us to shift which exit we take?
There's where Ruark is, and there's a door.
I
over
went
here.
off into the corner to relieve myself for a second. I might have missed something.
I'm just clearing this flesh.
This
Yeah,
door
so-
over here looks different than the other
The
doors.
body parts were ripped off. It's like ripped by something.
I'll take a look at that door.
Okay. This door is viscous, but it looks more mechanical.
Does it look
Where
like
is
there's
it?
a handle or a way to open it?
There are some like buttony things. Yeah, so there's like a control panel, so to speak.
McMahon, got something we need to take a look at. Please examine this panel.
Like to investigate.
Sure.
Oh, I keep moving reset. You only have 56 health?
I didn't touch it.
Sorry, what was the,
Reset, do you only have 56 health?
yes,
Wait, that's your health total? Mage. That's your highest total? Mage.
yes.
Yeah, mages, they have the least health.
But at level 14.
18.
You're a druid.
It appears that it is the door is jammed shut.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, a jammed door? Did you say jammed door?
This door requires greater emphasis.
That's been a thing our whole campaign. Crowbar. Like since like session 1.
Yeah, I have a crowbar.
We require
Right, Karn will attempt to pry open the door with the crowbar.
Oh, and another thing you notice also too, Rove, is it appears that there is almost like a manipulatable area. Basically, you could attempt to use your thieves tools to do something.
Wait, is this on the other side of the room?
Yeah, so this is where Keyleth is.
I'll move into the.
Oh, so do we? So basically, the options are brute force or a fighter touch.
Or maybe both. I don't know.
Wait. What was the additional detail that you?
There's like some like exposed like machinery or some bits that you could probably fiddle with.
It's jammed. It also is an opening. It's not like you're pressing buttons and it's trying to open.
Right.
It's like
There's no signal you can go into it.
well, there is.
It's like a shutter. Or...
Yeah. You're not really sure. You're not sure if it's just jammed or what.
Shatter.
I
prepared shatter.
I have shattered.
But like I think like Gabi said that perhaps some of these tools could probably try and connect.
Perhaps.
Which I'm proficient in.
Perhaps.
Okay, very much so.
Yeah.
So is Kaz too.
I also have Karn next to me while doing that investigation, so I would have
Okay.
that +3, you think? So that's it.
No, it's only for saving throws.
Oh,
That's
never mind.
okay.
Then I would like to maybe call a captain over to help me with my thief toolery.
Okay.
Sure. And I would like to thief tools on this thing to see if I can repair it.
Okay.
The door and
Sounds good. So give me a sleight of hand check.
That was super. Will you get advantage? Our
Well,
captain's helping.
is
it's kind of I'm gonna rule for this.
Kind of
It's
one-man
kind of
thing.
difficult to do that. So Kaz can try after you if you don't
That's
make
true.
it.
It is kind of a
Yeah, it's just
one smooth
Yeah.
talk kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay. Sleight of hand. That is a 7 plus an 8. Which is 15.
I mean, with these tools, it's either like you add the proficiency and then dex.
7, 8, 15, and I have double proficiency in tools that I'm proficient in. So that is
Okay. Double the provision.
So that's like it's artificial.
Yeah.
Right tool for the job. My proficiency bonus is 5, so that's plus for their
So what is your grand total? Okay.
open sesame.
It does move, but it is jammed. So there will need
All right. Crowbar time.
It was gonna come to that.
I got a 19, but I get advantage with my crowbar. Oh, and an 18. Oh wait, no, I got a 19 twice.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's gonna be 30.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, 33.
Okay, Karn, you can only get it so much up, maybe like a foot or so. So y'all have to crawl underneath it,
I
Wait a
want
second, we have
to.
2 bruisers. Why
and someone's
don't we
gonna
all
have to hold
together?
it, or you're gonna have to figure out a way to prop it.
I went with rework.
Yeah,
Are we not in the same
We're in
room?
the same room.
Yeah,
No, we're in the same room.
Oh, I thought you went in a different.
I mean, no.
No, we're all
right
still in
here.
the garbage.
Look at them, they're right over there.
So it's kind of like loose. So if
Yeah.
someone lets go of it, it's gonna fall. So
that's why I'm saying I want to reach into the bag of holding.
mhm.
And I would like to take out.
Any movable objects?
I could.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
Never mind.
like
Fuck
right
that.
there.
I push my spear most of the way in,
Okay,
most of the way under the door, and I pull the button and I let it go.
Okay.
So
holds
good,
it.
good 7,000
Yeah.
pounds of
Yep,
capacity.
holds
Should hold
it.
the door. Open.
No problem.
Oh, and I say, egress.
Shall we?
Okay, who crawls first?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Is it big enough space for a big
It's
guy?
no, well, yeah, it's big, but only one person can crawl it. I mean, it's another one of these skinny hallways.
You know when you're playing one of those video games and you run and then you slide all like underneath the door and pop back up ready to go? That's what I'm doing.
Do you want to make an acrobatics check? See how great you do.
Good luck.
I mean,
Good
I'll
luck.
do it now.
Call after.
28.
Okay, you super suave.
Slap.
You're
Cool.
Yeah, okay. So I
Okay.
yeah. I'm just like.
Okay. So basically, you uncover another one of these little hallways here.
I say, watch out for tentacles. Want to be on the lookout for anything that's. I'm wary of the walls.
All right. What's your marching order, y'all?
Would you like to stay close?
I'm gonna be right next to you.
Yeah, and I'll be right behind Grog.
Excellent.
Grog, Karn,
Okay. So Grog. Who's next?
Rurik, Grog, Karn,
Karn.
Rove.
And then
Karn. Rove.
Rove, Captain, which is, I guess.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So
No, that'll be up in there.
you want to be on the rear? Okay.
It's all good.
You get to this other door over here, Ruark. You you begin to open it as you hear tentacles burst up from the ground this time,
I'm like ready for this shit. I'm like,
but they grab Kaz and
Oh!
pull Kaz down. So Kaz, give me a strength save.
I think it should be. No, he goes on that one. No. 13.
Okay. Okay, Kaz, it pulls you halfway in, so your torso's up. This just happened in like a split second, just like. So y'all can basically react. Specifically, Risa and Keyleth, since you're back there, it's going to be hard for anyone else who is not, unless the rest of you want to cast.
Yeah, all good. I'm gonna
Risa and
cast.
Keyleth, we'll just say you're both adjacent to cast.
I'm gonna cast Bigby's hand
Oh, well,
Yes, Bigby's hand from
to
Terry.
grab Kaz and hold him there.
Oh, nice.
Wait, what?
Bigby's hand.
Oh,
Bigby.
I'll throw a magic stone at the floor.
Okay,
Tentacles to try
Sure.
and kill it,
okay,
deal it damage.
sure.
Are the tentacles still-
Yeah, so they're pulling you. However, Risa casted Bigby's hand. Bigby's hand is like a crazy strength, right?
Yeah, it's like a 28 strength, 26 strength.
Okay, sounds good. For fun, just go ahead and make an athletics check with that strength to try and pry Kaz free.
Oh, 11.
Oh,
Plus, what's the 28? What is the bonus for 28? Like plus.
No, I rolled a 3 plus 8.
Oh, okay. Keyleth, you cast the stone. What does that do?
Basically, it's like a mini grenade that I just throw at.
Is that
tentacles.
also going to hit Kaz, or is it not area of effect?
It's not area.
Okay.
Well,
it's just an attack, right?
Yeah, it's just like a little.
Just like you just like
it's just a pebble.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can't pull his magic puppet at something.
Yeah. It's just like dealing damage.
Okay, sounds good.
Better than a regular stone.
Sure.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Does it make a saving throw? Does it
No,
make?
no, I roll a hit.
Okay, sounds good. So go ahead and do that.
I roll 23 to hit.
23 to hit a tentacle that you're right next to. I think that's doable.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
8.
8 damage.
Not bad for this. Well, that's with +6.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, that kills a commoner, so you know.
Yeah.
Throw seven.
Okay.
Doesn't kill a person.
All right. However, Kaz, you are not free. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, Kaz.
I start making my way over. I don't know, but the hand is still there, right? Yeah. So.
You're gonna have to like.
Yeah, so-
Oh, Kat, look at you.
so
Okay.
Don't worry about
I
it.
don't need no man.
Well, I thought it was a
Oh.
Kaz. Okay. So, any of the rest of you want to do anything? You are impeded by
You
your.
got it. Y'all, we'll
Yeah,
be fine.
okay.
We'll catch it. All right.
I would like to use.
Yeah.
I'd like to toss my my crystalline stars or
Okay.
war stars.
That's fine.
In
Yeah.
a determined path.
Sure.
To like 30 feet, definitely within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just goes like under the door,
Sure.
and then I want it to try and make a.
You're technically all in the hallway, by the way. So
Right.
that's. it just,
Hmm.
yeah, I just didn't want to move
So
everybody.
I'm gonna throw it into the door so I don't have to crawl into the door again.
Okay.
And guide it using my mind to try and excise the tentacles.
Okay. So like,
And wait, right? I mean, it's guided by my mind and whatever
Right.
path I want.
okay, so you just want to attack the tentacles. So
Right.
go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Let's use what I made roll.
Does anybody else want to do anything?
I've activated my schedule.
If they say they got it, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
Oh wait, you guys, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
Nice. Okay.
Is there-
I mean, these
I
are
guess
14 damage.
That's 20. But while he's doing that, I still want to attack these
Yeah.
tentacles.
That's fine.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, that is 14 total damage.
Okay.
And I don't know if this would work or be effective against tentacles, but I guess the special thing with this is the stars, all stars hit and deal damage, with all the stars falling the first condition. I get it. Due to the innate psionic magic, and then after spending a couple days, I'm proficient in using them. Most importantly, the stars may attack up to 2 creatures. Due to the psionic nature of the stars, for each attack, the wearer may choose to either attempt to knock the target prone, which is unapplicable, I think, for things
Sure.
like rooting
Okay.
before, or temporarily blind them.
Okay.
I don't know if any of that
Well,
would really apply.
blinding is a little,
Right.
yeah.
Um,
Okay. You hit him.
psionic, 14
I
damage.
think Taz, you're gonna miss this that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
you get out. The tentacles slither away.
Is there any tell when these things are coming? Because it's come out of nowhere. Do we have any chance of not getting surprised by using our intellect?
Or even just being wary, like being ready to get
If we
nabbed.
hear something right before it comes, or
Sometimes,
slithering,
sometimes you'll hear it like move in the wall, which
So
I
I'd like to
described.
pay attention. to
Sure,
that
okay.
So that we don't keep
Got you.
getting caught with our pants down.
also, do you have Pathfinder face?
I do.
Maybe we can try that.
Okay. That's a good idea.
All of us.
But it only works with magical
Experiment. Okay.
That's a really good idea. That's thank you. That's an excellent idea of my companion.
Yeah, no problem.
I will.
It's a
I'll
part
do-
of the ship that we're
Yeah.
inside of it.
Well, we can have lighter footsteps, I guess.
There you go.
I think I mentioned this, but I've activated my first skills.
Sorry. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, sounds good. All right. So you continue down the hallway. Yeah, and you find this. Okay.
More garbage.
More garbage.
So
Yeah. So in this room, yeah, there's more garbage. There's pods. However, there's a large basin in here with black liquid, and it's got these like worm-like large larvae that are sort of moving in the black liquid. The larvae appear to not notice you or what have you, but they're pretty large. They're probably like, each one you'd probably assume is probably like 5 feet long, and they're kind of like diving in on top of each other.
Does anybody know the flora and fauna of this like plane that we're on, and whether they do they start as larvae? Do erythids start as larvae? Does anyone have any knowledge of this?
I don't know.
you don't know anything.
That is true.
Yeah, this is some alien.
So,
I mean, I still have Bigby's hand up. I could pluck one out.
Ew.
I would like to look at it with a bioscan.
Okay.
And use the, I have to activate it. Try
Okay.
and use the special.
Sure. Do you have to make a roll for that, or are you just doing the base one?
For, I would like to use the special.
Sure. Okay.
But it says on a base level,
Mhm.
I know it's exact HP and the physical ability scored.
Okay.
So I'll know that just off the bat, regardless.
Sure.
So I guess like normal pulse first, and then followed up by the whole 9 yards. DC determined by the DM. I think this is a nature or arcana check. I'd like to make an arcana.
Yeah, definitely not nature.
It's a 5 plus 5, so 10.
10. You don't. So you hit points are okay. 30, we'll say. Ability scores, strength 6, dexterity 6, constitution 10, wisdom 1, intelligence 1, charisma 1. Yeah.
All right.
And they have these little black heads, and they have white bodies, by the way. I forgot to say that.
Kind of grubby looking.
Yeah, they're kind of like bulbous, like
Like grubs.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Night crawlers.
Yeah.
I'd say I don't know shit about these. I know they're not too stout, not too strong.
Yeah, they don't.
Does this pool look like it was built to hold organism?
The Karn?
Yeah.
Can you banish me?
It's big enough. It's hard to say. Yeah. It doesn't. You don't know because you're not from this world. It's kind of like you're not sure. You're not sure at all.
Alien Zeus.
Yeah.
Should we leave it?
On this wall down here, you see another like wave right below you.
Oh, shit. Below us?
No, sorry, the wall below you. The wall below you.
Are we
South
trying to
wall.
get back to our plane of existence as
Eventually.
fast as possible? I have banishment. Could
I
we?
do
Could
too.
I be like banish, pop, and then I rest, and then pop, and then pop, and we're like back?
I have plane trip.
Not just not just getting back to home, but specifically getting to my kid, and then because the kid is cute.
And the kid is on this plane right now.
We don't know.
We don't.
really.
I don't think so.
When he says home, you mean home plane.
I think we know the kids
Plane
are
of
on.
existence.
Yeah.
We saw Golden Fields,
Yeah.
which I don't think we got any further.
I mean,
beyond any further.
So I didn't get prepared today.
I don't think we confirmed it. It was like
We have to get back. Yeah.
Which you can ship yourself.
but is it on the material realm?
Well, that we
I
don't
don't
think.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
That we have no idea, but it's not on this planet.
Wait, you
We
just
know
wait.
Right.
Persona has friendship?
This is dumb as
Feel
fuck.
his plane.
I do have
Oh.
speak with animals and plants, and I
Yeah.
know this is not a plant or an animal. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Uh-huh.
So probably no more chance.
Yeah.
He's a larvae. Hey, larvae, what's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, talk to the fucking larvae, dude.
Like animal? Speak with animals?
Yeah, it's an animal. Not as far as I know. But yeah, either we're going to have to just go back to the material plane and work our way from there,
Well, I
or
mean, yeah. So I'm gonna say
but there's no guarantee. that
I
we
need
get
a
the
long-
material plane.
tomorrow I can prepare lunch,
Mhm.
which can put 8 of us in.
Or
You know what plane? Like,
I think I'm. Okay, let me look at. I think you're allowed to party.
because the banishment thing is scary because you have to rest and there's less people there to
Well,
fight
also
anything.
the banishment's
That's-
with duration. Yeah, it's a concentration for 4 minutes. You don't
that-
stay there.
Oh, that's not.
No.
But I thought if
You can
you're-
specify
if
a
it's
target
used on
destination
somebody-
in general terms.
If it's used on something that's not native to this plane, though, I think it vanishes it, right?
No, like, so the way that works is that basically, like,
It's
If-
a, yeah,
if
it's a way to
it's-
crowd control things.
yeah, it's not a,
like-
It's timeout.
Yeah, it's not.
Hey, Gabi,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, did
Yeah,
you watch
it's like-
Crocodile Dundee?
Oh.
7 of us, right? I think there's 9 of us.
It's gonna
Hey,
be-
I'm gonna go up to one of the larvae, and
Oh,
I'm gonna be
no.
like, animal friendship, and then I'm gonna speak with it and be like,
Okay.
hello, larvae,
Okay.
how's it, larvae hanging?
I've got my stars on hand.
Okay.
If it
Yeah,
makes
I'm
them
like-
divide
So
it.
you're just gonna talk to it?
Animal friendship,
Okay.
and
Intelligence 1.
then
Intelligence
speak
one.
with animals,
Okay.
and it's wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Just check.
I'm gonna be like, greetings.
Okay. It kind of turns its head to you and it's little nibblers, and it just says hungry.
You're hungry, what do you eat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hungry.
In my ranger brain, do I have any idea what a larvae? What I mean, is it eating?
Well,
It's
you
already-
might if it wasn't this world.
Maybe those death body parts. I don't know.
Yeah, are you
Wait,
communicating?
were you grabbing arm?
You grab an arm.
Hey, let's not be.
I agree.
How about that?
I thought from
Not
this
be.
kind
Maybe you're right.
Well, he's-
These are not even thinking creatures. They're just words.
They're just
I love nature as much as the next.
words.
Come on.
while
What
he's
do you
doing
have
that,
to be fine? I'm like a real thinking person.
I want to watch out for grabby tentacles.
Mhm.
We
And
don't.
I want to
Come
check
back.
out these pods.
I don't know.
Okay,
While he's doing that.
The
sure.
larvae might have some.
I just don't. I don't think that if they get hungry, I think they could eat us.
Yeah.
I think we just move on.
I'm gonna eat whatever's in the pool for sure.
Cool. Leave them alone.
You find a lot more of what I described
Yeah,
before,
that's
just like
what
rib
I'm
cage, organs gone,
There's literally there's
nothing really,
else here.
no, just more of that, just more blood.
All right, let's keep moving then.
Awesome.
You know
I found more disemboweled GIF in these pods. So yeah, let's keep going.
I'll also
And what's been disemboweling everything?
That's a good question.
Well, that's what we
Is there
talked
like
about.
a minotaur?
their
or this
mom potentially. I don't
That-
know. That's
It could have been
not
former Olympic.
something's happened
Yeah,
there.
something. These seem like cells.
Well, let's keep moving then.
I feel like the next passage just leads us back to where we were going.
But remember, this place like
Oh,
the walls shift.
The wall shift. Also, there was another passage that
But yes,
Rourke was in.
it
Oh, that's
does.
Down south. So go back
Yeah, yeah,
and then down.
yeah. I'll do that.
Okay.
Also, you guys want to be in front, or should I summon groups?
No. I mean, you know what? Let's
Okay, so
Sacrificial apes.
Let's not talk to larvae and let's not summon apes.
I love them.
what's, sorry, I'm gonna need your marching order again, guys.
So I think again,
Same as before, or?
Yeah.
I think that's
Back crew, front
1,
crew.
2, 3, 4,
pattern 1.
like 5.
Back
6,
crew,
7,
front
8.
crew, okay. So as you all kind of fit through this again, this time you see the black tentacles kind of encapsulate this whole passageway. They don't appear to be boring in, but they're just kind of there and feeling. Yeah, they're just around it, yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Then let's see. Let's let the dice tell the story. Okay. And where's Grog? Okay. Then all the tentacles just they go in. They don't grab you, but they smack you. All of you, everybody. Like lots of little smacks.
Just like
Yeah. However, you feel really bizarre when this is happening. So everyone go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
No. Were these tentacles visible before we went into the area with them?
While you were in there, they just kind of went around. And then you were looking at them and then they just went and then they pull back out.
What are we doing?
Wisdom save.
and everyone who's nearby me gets adds +3 to their roll.
what's the
Are
raise?
we all playing?
I think only Rourke, Grog, and Chad will get it.
I'm on the way up there.
I have a 26.
Rogue, sorry.
26, you're good.
22.
Good. Lisa, you're good.
14.
14, you're not good.
Three.
What? 3, you're not good.
19.
Ooh, I think you're good, actually.
That's all right. Oh, right. I got a 19.
Oh, that's right. I didn't open it up.
Wait. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. 24.
You're good. Shit, I lost my. Oh, there it is. Okay. I lost it and then I didn't. Okay, there we go. Okay, you're good. So it's just Grog and Kaz. Roll.
Some kind of psionic?
No, you'll find out.
Feel weird.
You'll find out.
Certain balls, guys.
Well, I suppose you all don't feel weird, but you two will. So let's see. Shit, sorry.
Is it the 100?
It is, but I don't know which table. Oh, okay. So you got 3 and you got 14?
14.
Oh,
That
so
was our save.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. Okay, so yes, roll a D100.
First and top.
87.
87 for Grog.
I don't know if it's bad or good. Yeah, no.
87 for Grog. Let's see. Okay. This is weird. Oh, okay. Matt, can I speak to you in the bathroom really quick?
And then I'm like, oh, this is ripped.
You fart uncontrollably.
What's the Brown telling?
My God.
You can only speak in the brown.
Oh God. Good thing I'm a machine.
I've been sleeping with brown noise, and it's freaking amazing.
Brown noise, not the
Brown
brown nose.
Not the
Oh,
brown noise.
what's brown noise?
It's not as high pitched as white noise, so it's really nice.
Oh.
And then, Kaz, what'd you get?
96.
Yeah.
96. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right, Kaz. Okay, the rest of you make some noises.
I hear nothing.
Brown out.
Okay.
Bagpipes from nowhere.
All right. So
Wait, are we still in this tunnel or are we like in a room?
yeah, sure.
I say, fuck you, tentacles, and I keep walking. We're still walking?
Go for it.
We're walking.
Interesting.
I'm walking here.
Okay.
I mean, we're still like single file. Right?
Same marching order.
As we leave, can I throw a flying spear in this room?
You sure can.
Just on the way out.
I mean,
Like Harley Quinn. Like.
Yeah, just like fuck
this room in
fuck this room. I hate all of it.
Okay, so Keyleth, where do you throw the flaming spear?
far away. So remember, fire is
Like, do you throw it where the larvae are, or do you throw it just in the air?
Not the larva room. The room with all the tentacles that can appear.
Oh, got you. Okay.
blood threat.
Yeah. So as we leave the trash room, I'm happy to be last in turn order,
Sure.
so I can just that trash.
And I thought I was the reckless one.
Okay. It's kind of wet and it kind of hisses with the.
Cool.
Yeah.
I am not just using spell slots.
I mean, I can't blame you. It's just like,
Yes.
no.
There's like tentacles.
Oh, sorry. No, it's just another wall that you can pursue. So yeah, I assume you all do. Oh my God. All right, everybody. Welcome to My Little Pony RPG.
Hello,
I know. Kind of want to play it. Okay, so
were you Earth unicorn or like?
More try.
I grew up. I go up to work and just start like heading. You what?
And like start heading.
That's a hard no.
is it?
Do
I
see,
wink out, wink back, and now I'm petting you.
Grog is in front of me. Do I see anything weird happening?
Well, what you see is me kind of just like, I'm like tracing along my muscles and just kind of go.
He seems kind of like not present, and he's looking at his muscles and himself.
Yeah. You need some special U time there.
I'm like shocked, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Can I go up and slap Grog in the face?
I was
Yes,
gonna smack him in the back of the head.
He's mine. I'll do it.
he's mine. I'll do it. Okay.
I'm kind of like, but then I still kind of just go like.
Buddy?
But-
What? You're with us?
I'm here. Just don't worry about it.
And I say Captain Bad Touch. Bad Touch.
Captain. Bad touch.
Just don't worry about it.
You look like the softest thing in there.
Grog, you do catch not a very good one, but you catch like a shimmer of your reflection in the slimy wall, and it is interesting to you.
It's like a funhouse near my chin looks even more.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. I will do something genuinely maybe helpful, but first I'm just gonna shapeshift into Grog.
Oh, okay. Grog, your pupils get wide.
Helpful. I mean, I guess I
After
just.
this, I'll do something. But first, this part. 'Cause I love fucking with Grog.
I guess I'm just like pressing on.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Okay.
When Grog touches me, I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
Oh shit. Let me see. Does that think? Okay.
I'm just gonna check this.
You're looking okay.
Does that help? Did not. Click on the spell. I just feel it.
Which?
Yeah, because doesn't lesser gets rid of a condition.
Yeah. What does lesser
Why
do?
did that? No, okay. Well, okay.
Okay. So Grog,
I'll do
Are,
Greater Restoration.
are the captain?
you're casting Greater Restoration.
That'll be good.
Okay, Grog, you suddenly come back and you see Keyleth as Grog, and you're like,
Yeah, well, I'm like grabbing the arms
Yeah.
and biceps. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck are you doing? What? You just cast a spell on me. What the fuck?
Okay,
Is
good. Can you?
yeah, Grog, you're back to normal.
I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna transform into like something. I'm gonna transform into something cool. I'm gonna transform into something furry. I'm gonna transform into an ape.
Okay.
I'm gonna transform into Peachy.
So yeah,
Good on.
Yeah.
Good on.
Tabaxi. I'll be Tabaxi. Wow.
I want to look at the captain with my magical lenses and see if he has any kind of magic being applied to him right now.
Is it magic? That's a good question. I
Usually
suppose it would be. Yeah, enchantment.
Yeah.
I suppose it would be. Yeah.
So there's
I think. Yeah, I suppose this would be. I'll rule that. Yeah.
You communicate that.
I'm like,
I can't carry
All right. Carl's gonna walk up to the captain and like just take the hat off and like just pat their head doing cleansing touch to end the spell effect on him and just put the hat back on. There we go. That better?
Damn, that was feeling good, bro.
Cleansing.
Cleansing touch. It just ends one spell effect on someone or a living creature.
Is that a new spell?
It's a paladin feature.
Cleansing. Okay. Cleansing touch.
So is it a magical effect?
Yeah.
That's a spell effect, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
Does it help with like poison?
I can use my lay on hands to end poison.
So it's
effect.
one spell effect.
Yeah.
It's done. Cause it suddenly kind of washes away. And you're like, oh,
Yes,
okay.
yeah, great, but you feel it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be myself again.
I'll be myself again.
Say, Cop, that's
I,
good for clubs, not for trips.
I always
So-
show up from the
Second still.
I still know.
Hey, if you want it, I'll be Khajiit.
I still know.
Say he's not magic
I still
anymore.
know.
I'm fine. This helps us keep moving forward.
Right. Okay.
I can carry you.
Quite a while to get attacked, so.
I can't carry you.
Keep going down.
So in this room, again, you see a ton of piles of metal, obviously. You've seen that for a minute. Let me show you the whole room. However, you can
What's there?
see you can see a lot of stuff. Hold on. Okay, I'll show you more in a minute. But that's the general idea. So you can see up here, there's a pulsing brain in a membrane, just like a brain.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a pulsing brain. Okay. And very important. In this room, sort of scattered on the floor on various pieces of the metal, you see hearts, stomachs, and
So
intestines.
that's where they went.
And they're just kind of all like they're strewn over everything. It's just like this big, bloody, gory mess. No heads and no brains.
With one brain.
Gambit, real quick. What's how much health perception did I have to have to?
Someone has a message.
Well, we got started late, so I was gonna go for one more hour if you guys are okay with that. But if it doesn't
I
work,
have to leave like around an hour still.
then just go ahead and go. It's
Yeah,
fine.
okay, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. Again, I was not expecting to stay here.
It's okay. Yeah, I think
About 6.
okay.
Yeah,
Or we could just end too, if you
I
guys
mean,
want.
only if you guys want to. I don't mind.
I'm 6 is my cutoff.
That's fine. That sounds good. We started late too, so
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
It.
Does
That
someone
happens.
have a message? This is a message.
I believe most mages.
Speak with
Any-
thing.
Answer there.
All right, well,
I mean, I can speak with stuff.
bye, everyone.
Bye.
I have that as a master manual ability.
Yeah.
You can also see coming from behind some of the scraps of metal. You can see these
These are
writhing,
Nice.
this writhing mass of tentacles, kind of just like floating up. And as this thing moves up into the air, you can see just this large thing that just like this big tentacle mass that has this, it doesn't have eyes or anything, but it has this horn that just comes out like so. And
One of these tentacles are so
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it just sort of is like, it just sort of is facing you all with its tentacles kind of moving, floating about 20 feet up in the
Sorry,
air.
is this the brain or is this?
No, this is something else entirely.
What's the central part of it look like? It's like a-
Oh, so it has, yeah, it's
That's sort
kind of,
like a horn.
it's kind of like this bulbous mass with a bunch of tentacles, and then it has a horn, and then it has like weird, what look like teeth just kind of like protruding over all of its body.
This is like a beholder with no eyes. Like
No.
spherical.
It's more of like if you look at the map, it's kind of like that.
I think Darth Maul.
Oh, shit.
No eyes.
Only
and no
picture
body.
where that eye is, there's like a horn.
It's Darth Maul's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like these little things that are kind of,
Darth Maul is like bacteriophage or something.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
its larval form.
yeah. So yeah, but and it's just floating there.
Okay.
It's not moving.
I
right
got
now.
Word.
I got stupid.
Not yet, no.
Not really sure what we should or should not be shooting. at.
Should we try to practice? Okay,
Don't know.
so I don't understand deep speech. Is that something that can, with your vocal cords, you could never
It's a
reproduce?
it's a felt language. It's like Braille.
Yeah.
So how do elliptids speak besides their minds?
Yeah. I would.
Oh.
I would.
It's undercommon. I got
I would like to, with like a pretty neutral tone, try try primordial, abyssal, aquean, common.
Okay.
Um,
All the languages.
Should we start with undercommon?
Between everybody, we'll do all the languages.
and just like
Okay, but I can cast tongues.
likewise. Yeah. I'd
If
like
What'd
we're
you say, Terry?
speaking, I just can cast tongues.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna cast tongues on Rove.
Okay.
And I would like to look at it and say state objective. But just like exude this just a
Yeah.
single simple thought of like state, state objective, like, give agenda, give intent.
Hmm. Well, it.
Let's not all be clumped up too. Yeah, I'm gonna start moving a little bit.
Sure. Go ahead.
I'm
Do
gonna
that.
start.
Go front, middle, you're not too close to it.
Okay. It kind of turns a little bit, and as it does so, it begins to pick up some of these organs with its various tentacles, and slough them on its body. And you can see that there's little hairs on its body that begin to like gnaw at these things.
Cast freaking movement on myself.
Okay. Oh yeah. Anyways, It. Okay.
And protection.
Okay, here's what it does. It doesn't speak to you, but it shows you a mental image.
I allow it.
Okay. And that image you can see is what appears to be some sort of camp. This is on Rira. And you can see these gift people, and they have like all these guns. They appear to be like warriors, futuristic warriors.
Okay.
And they're talking about, well, I suppose you don't see an image, you see like a little movie. And they're talking about getting ready to go and kill something.
Okay. That's big. I am unsure about this, but I stick to the wall, and I say, "What are we thinking, folks? Trying to vote."
I'm not sure. Is this the captain of this? You know, what is this?
It's floating closer to you while you're thinking about it, just like ever so slowly.
I might make an executive decision here and just launch fireball behind
Well,
it.
question: is this owned by the brain, by the squid faces, or by the other?
Probably squid faces. I
I'm
can
gonna transform into a
let's see if can they lift it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the brain?
Hold on. So it kind of recoils as you do that. But still continues slowly floating towards you.
I want to
Can I-
make my way towards the
Can I
brain.
yell at it and then comment that?
It doesn't appear to heed your
Speak to the
request.
brain.
I look at the brain.
Oh, okay, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. It floats up to you, wraps tentacles around
Okay.
Let's fight.
you.
Okay. I will use shocking grasp.
Okay, hold on. Just we'll get to that. Okay, so really quick, everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
You want us to do that in roll 20?
Sure.
Okay.
Is this going to be a short battle or long battle?
I mean, we can. I don't really know, but we people want to end at 6. We'll end at 6. Yeah.
Good.
What?
Oh,
Shit, I forgot how to do. Oh wait, I remember.
Oh, 20.
Okay, Rourke, what'd you get?
24.
24, as usual. Okay. Risa, what'd you get?
11.
11. Rove, what'd you get?
So I rolled an 18, and with an initiative of 3, I guess 21.
21. Kaz, what'd you get?
I rolled the natural 1, but I get plus 12. So
Plus
damn.
12?
yeah, that's what there's that's wild.
Oh, Keyleth, what'd you get?
6.
Oh, yeah, did it in critical roll. Okay, cool. Okay, and then shit, I forgot how to. Oh, I remember. How do I? Let's go in order again. Oh yeah, cogwheel, descending. Oh, and then creature. Whatever. Okay, so let's see. We've got Ruark up first. You see these tentacles go out towards Rove, kind of in slow motion. What do you want to do?
So it's like a weird brain thing, and from
Yeah.
the bottom or sides of it, emerge
Just like this
tentacles that
tentacle
slip out.
mass. This tentacle mass, yeah.
All right, I am gonna cast the last freedom of movement I have on Grove.
Awesome.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to move at all?
So let's see, that would be my spell. I can still do a bonus action of some sort. I'm gonna just stay where I'm at.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay where I'm at.
You, first of all, you have freedom of movement, which what does that do again?
Can't be grappled.
Oh, cool. Okay, it's still gonna try and attack you.
If he spends 5 feet of movement, he can escape grapple.
Good to know.
Still grapple
Oh my gosh.
on my turn.
Where did he go? Buddy. All right. I lost him. All right. One thing that you all notice is that 4 of the tentacles on the top kind of come out and begin to spray this black splooge everywhere. Just like
On the thing or the brain?
just everywhere kind of around that.
Is the brain doing it or thing?
Oh, sorry. So the brain isn't doing anything ever.
Besides,
So this
except holding it.
no.
'Cause I'm not near the
Oh,
thing right
oh,
now,
the
John.
tentacles are from that thing, the floating thing.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was from the
We thought that-
brain.
Okay, sorry. So the floating thing is a big mass of tentacles. There's a brain encased in there. The brain isn't doing anything.
So it's protecting.
So it,
Yeah.
it flew over to me before
Yeah.
The
grabbing
brain
me?
is inside the center.
Yeah. It appeared to get agitated. Well, it was moving. No. It was moving towards y'all anyways.
It was moving towards the left. And I was trying to stay away from it and then against the wall.
Okay.
But whatever.
Well, I mean, it has a movement now, so it can move, and then
Like there was no.
because it's its turn.
We just didn't do it.
All right. So, oh, I guess we can do that. That's fine. All right. So, and remind me of your AC again.
It is.
Okay, that does hit you. The
So I'm
10.
going to use the reaction of.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then 20 now. Well, it still does hit you, and the tentacle pierces the back of your neck. Pretty well, maybe not the back of your neck. Maybe your upper back. Sure, that makes more sense. Your upper back. It kind of pierces your upper back, and it lifts you up. Okay, so you're gonna take some damage first of all. Can't see me. There we go. Okay. So first of all, you're just going to take 17 points of damage. And that is piercing damage. And then go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 17.
17 is not enough. So go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
33.
33. Okay.
Bob Saget does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you.
Does this modify my behavior that I have to do?
No, you just believe it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, Rove, it's your turn.
Hey. Didn't you get a 21?
Oh shit. You know what? I'm so sorry.
I got a 21 and
I got a 22.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't put Grog in here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grog. That was my fault. Grog.
Sorry, so you got hit or you got grabbed?
I got apparently kind of cold in the spine.
Okay, Grog 22, and then sorry, who else did I miss? Rove got 21. Okay. Shit. I'm sorry, Rove. He should make another save. So basically, yeah, the splooge kind of is falling all around you, and it's quite sticky. And this splooge is also moving and climbing on itself. So go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Okay. There's. It's not until my turn, I guess.
Because it just kind of like went all around it. So I should probably draw that actually. Not very far though, only like
19.
in all the squares around it. 19? Okay, you're fine. All right. Grog. No. Yes, Grog.
All right. Seeing this thing, looks pretty freaking strong and badass, and I want to destroy it, so I'm gonna go rage, and I'm also gonna go on frenzy.
Oh shit.
So it's really
Okay.
bad. And I'm gonna run up to it,
Okay.
perceivably in a good place, so run up to it, and then
Okay, Grog's gonna run up to it.
I'm going to recklessly attack.
Are you gonna step in the splooge? Because there's splooge in every adjacent square all the way around it.
Okay, there's no. All right, I guess
Yeah.
I'm 7.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So at the end of your turn, make an athletics check.
So I'm gonna recklessly attack it. I'm also gonna attack it with Great Weapon Master style.
Okay.
So that means I have so it's oh, that's good. So 20, like 28 to hit or something.
Oh, and you're right up next to it?
Yeah.
Sure. No, that's fine. No, you're fine. One thing that you notice when you're up next to it is you can almost see like this illusory like aura around it. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, you just see that.
Well, so does a 28 hit?
It does.
Okay. So that's going to be 28 damage, the first one.
28 damage. Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to do an extra attack. Natural 20.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot.
Hell yeah.
So 12, 7, but I also have the boost critical, which means so that's 41 damage for that one.
41 damage.
Because I
Damn.
did a crit and I have brutal
Okay.
critical and all that. I did my Weapon Master.
Damn.
And then I'm going to do my frenzy attack.
Oh
So
my god.
Bonus action attack.
Grog just hacking away at this thing.
Oh, you know what? Good point. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. I used my bonus action. So that was just my regular
Rove, you're on
extra
deck,
attack.
so you know.
So that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Mr. Rove, she wanted. Oh, make an athletics check, Grog.
I'll use plus 5 feet of my movement
27.
You're fine.
to get out of the creature's
Okay.
grasp with my freedom of movement, thanks to my
Sure.
wonderful Tabaxi friend.
Oh,
Got it.
Oh, I can't get you. Can you get your character? I can't get you.
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm not moving.
Oh, you're not moving. Okay, sorry.
Using five feet to get out.
Okay.
So you got an extra attack.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm supposed to get an
Then-
extra attack.
then use
Okay.
it.
Go for it.
Do
Go
it.
for
Yeah,
it.
right.
Go for it. Yeah.
Frenzy attack.
Hell yeah.
-5, just 12 hit.
No.
Okay, there you go.
It does not.
Still up?
I don't know. It's weird that he hasn't been out all day for you. Maybe he is up here. I don't know.
Wait a second.
I'm going
You gonna take your bow up there, Nathan?
You read your attack already?
Yeah,
Yes.
good, yeah.
I'm going to use.
God.
That was a little, sorry, that was a little violent. I'll aim better.
I'm going to use. Sorry, I'm distracted. Yeah, it's an arrow. Sorry, just completely forgot.
It's okay. Do you want us to come back to you?
Yes,
Okay.
and no.
We'll come back to you.
Sorry.
Kaz, what do you want to do? And Risa, you're on deck.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry, remember what I was going to do.
Okay, let's Kaz, do you know what you want?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna dip into the bag of holding and grab one of those metafocal grenades,
Okay.
and I'm going to drop it right beneath the brain,
Okay.
and use my bonus action
Mhm.
to try and blast away from it with my jetpack.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're like,
Right. Does it work?
um,
I like to go directly.
yeah. Well, can't you throw the metafocal grenades 20 feet?
I can, and I'm just going to drop it there. But I'm saying, does the jetpack work? Because it didn't work before.
Right. You know, it does not.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
it does not work.
But I still get that weird chemical spray. I
Flip it
think,
over.
Yeah, I don't want
behind me. The steam blast. That's my
Yes, you get the steam blast.
So steam blast. That's a 10-foot cone behind me.
Yeah.
Let's have that brain make a dex save.
It fails.
3d6 fire damage.
3d6 fire.
I don't
Oh,
know
you're cooking that brain.
how our environment does our environment just increase the range?
So,
Of fire?
well,
Was that the? I think that was the.
so that's
It doesn't increase damage; it increases range.
so that's specifically the element of fire. This is where it gets a little confusing because even though you deal fire damage, it's not fire.
It's just heat.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's the
not
element
good.
of fire, not fire damage.
Okay, 3d6. The brain itself takes 12 points of fire damage.
Sorry to interrupt this
Yep.
unopportune moment, but is my bonus action? I hide in plain sight.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Sounds good. Got you.
So the thing takes
All right.
You gotta be safe.
12 points of fire damage,
12 points of fire damage.
and I'm assuming this grenade goes off.
Yes, it does.
And since it's choosable, my targets are choosable.
Uh-huh.
I pick the brain and the thing, the floating thing.
Okay.
As the targets.
Uh-huh. What type of damage do those do again?
Radiant.
That's right. Okay.
That is 5d6. Can I get 2 other d6s?
Yeah.
And it doesn't say that there's any kind of.
Does it get a save?
It says hitting everything in a 5-foot radius from the space.
Okay, I guess maybe I forgot that. Good for you.
Yeah,
You can
grenade.
just hit it.
6, 7, 12, 14 points of radiant damage to both of them.
Okay.
And I would like to, even though it might incur an attack of opportunity, move to the right with my
Sure.
remaining 5 and 15, 20, 25 feet of movement.
So all these trash piles are difficult terrain. I'll be a freedom of movement. So never mind. So never mind.
Boom. Cool.
Okay.
And my turn.
Thank you. Kaz.
Yes.
Oh, which by the way, hold on. I need to say what happened.
Sure.
So you that's this thing with this searing light. And you notice the sheen that you saw on it seems to kind of go away, and the creature kind of is on its side, floating kind of like it's stunned.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, sorry, Gabi, can you say that again?
Yes. So please eat all of those,
I
everyone.
will.
So it's like a bright flash of light, right? Like it's
Radiant now.
radiant. So it's like a
Flashbang
like
grenade.
laser.
Selective.
Yeah, and so the bright flash of light happened, and the creature obviously took damage, but then it kind of was still like floating on its side. Looks like it's trying to recover. It appears kind of stunned, and there was almost like this sheen or this aura around it that seems to have gone away.
Nice.
But you don't know what that's about. So yeah.
Still got my
Unleash
magic.
it.
I've still got my magic lenses selected. While looking at this creature in
Yeah.
the brain, did I see anything?
Yes, it definitely has a the aura is magical, and so is the horn.
Gotcha. Magic horn.
Yeah, magic horn.
Okay.
Right. Kaz.
How far away is the brain here?
From you. Oh, I'm
Where
sorry.
is the brain? Is it behind? Is this little enclave?
Yes,
behind?
it's right there. Yeah.
Okay. So is that wall dipping into line of sight to Kaz? Or can Kaz have-
Kaz might have to move just a touch.
And then
So I
I'll-
think
Yeah.
this is-
I could. You want to move like here, Kaz?
Do you think we should attack the brain?
At this point, hit everything.
Everything you can, but
I'd hit the ground.
I'm going for the big bad.
I would focus on the brain. I yell out.
Can you tell how much range the creature has?
Yeah, about 10 feet.
Do I have room to like get into melee with the brain?
Yeah,
and avoid the
You avoid difficult terrain.
Yeah, there's difficult terrain.
All of this.
But-
I think
But I think you could move there. That's fine. You can move right next to it.
But I mean, while avoiding the creature, though, that's what like go straight, like go around it to the
Like
brain.
goes on, like goes this.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Move past it.
like
I would
move
take
Or what about up?
move down this way?
There's no space.
Up wouldn't work. You'd have to go down only, and you'd have to have a lot of movement. So yeah.
So it's
I mean, I could if I hastened myself. I could do that.
so it's 45 feet, of which like 30 feet are.
Yeah, I have a ring of movement, but
Oh, okay.
so
That one there.
yeah, that would-
Wow.
I
All right.
think
No,
45
difficult
feet
terrain does
you-
not matter anymore.
45 you could get.
Yeah.
what's that?
45 you could probably get an hour. I'm not sure. What you're doing.
Yeah, it's 30. All right.
You could get clear line of sight on it at 30. You could get over here.
Yeah, I do need more down. So yeah, I think I'll do. I'm gonna activate for cast haste through my constitution.
Okay.
And yeah, go around the creature and get to the brain.
Okay.
And start running on.
All right. Sounds good. Risa, how about?
So
Oh.
I'd like to attack. Or wait,
Oh.
can I? Oh no, my action is to cast haste. Right?
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
have a bonus
Unless you have a bonus
action.
action.
oh yeah, I can and hasted action. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
So yeah, I guess yeah. So hasted action, I can attack.
Mhm.
And now at my current level, I get 2 attacks.
Oh, cool. Finally, after all this time, Kaz, finally get 2 attacks.
Yeah, for intelligent swords. So first attack.
He answered himself. He won't ask me.
He's a
Sorry,
crazy.
Drake.
All right, 17 to hit the brain.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's a brain. It's like sitting there. Yeah. Just sitting there.
Stationary.
So that is 12. Oh, do I get sneak attack damage on the brain?
I suppose it's just sitting
Yeah,
there.
it's just sitting
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, yeah.
It's just a brain.
Giant thriving brain. So 12 plus. Stop it. Come on, come on.
Oh, and I'm like freaking out about my weird skin, but I can't really do much about
Oh, yeah.
it.
You see Rove looking at his skin. He seems to be.
I'm like,
He seems to be getting weird.
ugh.
You okay, buddy?
You
All
okay?
right,
bud?
that's 25
My
damage.
skin, you're not seeing my skin? It's completely rotted.
Is it wrong?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
You don't believe them.
Walk it up.
You're
It's
100%.
right here.
It's right here.
Trust me.
It's right.
I'm adopted.
I'm adopted.
All right, 25 damage on the first attack.
Oh, to the brain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To the brain.
The brain begins leaking this black substance, this oily black substance. Um,
29 to hit the second attack.
oh, that's right. You have another attack.
And then that's another 13 damage.
Okay. A lot of this black goo is coming out. The creature, as you're doing that, seems quite agitated. It begins to turn towards you. It's not its turn, but
All right, and then for my bonus action, I'll give a bardic inspiration die to Rogue.
nice.
So you get to add a D8. Thank you.
Cool. Risa.
Okay. So I never said that I dropped Bigby's hand.
Oh, that's true. How long does it last?
Concentration.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, is Rove still impaled?
Never was.
No,
Oh, I guess, yeah.
just and then he got off. Yeah.
Oh, it kind of went in and out. All right. It was like a stab.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then I am going to, well, for my action, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand on myself. Or sorry, Mage Armor, Mage Armor. Because I don't know how nasty this stuff is gonna be. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to move Bigby's hand to grab onto the big tentacly thing and like wrench it shut.
Wrench it shut.
Like
Tear it off?
like Indian burn style. Like
Well, Indian burn requires two
Yeah,
hands. You can just pull it.
yeah.
what's up?
Indian burn requires two hands. Also,
Don't get me
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt the thing. I want to try and hurt the thing.
Are you trying to pull off a tentacle?
Sure.
Yeah, you try to pull it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull off a tentacle.
Pull off a tentacle. Okay. All right. So give me an athletics check with your 28 Bigby's hands.
27.
Okay. You do pull off a tentacle. Yeah, and it looks like it hurt it.
Okay. Bigby's hand. I was trying to use the forceful hand, which does 48 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll that.
14 points.
14 points. Good. Okay. Awesome. Anything else you want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of move into this corner here.
All right, and then Keyleth, you are up.
Unfortunately, I've just prepared a lot of huge spells that would probably kill us.
Yeah.
I was like, Firestorm?
Yeah, same.
Well,
Yes. Wall of ice?
Yeah.
Sure.
we have to end the session, Kadal. Let's go on a bang.
End this campaign. We're all burned to death. I'm gonna move here and use the Spiral Conflux
Oh, okay.
to cast Ice Knife.
Okay.
And I looked that up, and Ice Knife. So, okay, I gotta roll. I think I roll an attack. Mega range spell attack.
And you're attacking the monster
Yeah, the
tentacle thing?
yeah, because it has a radius damage. I'm afraid Kaz will get hit.
Got you.
Kaz will be going down a lot.
Is it a dex save?
No. Yes. All right, cool. I'll hit brain. What? I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
No, wait.
Wait, if it's a save, then you don't roll. Right?
No. So it's first a hit.
Oh,
So it's first a range spell attack. On a nat 20, I don't know what happens to this, but it normally does 1d10 piercing.
I think you still do double.
yeah, you do.
Definitely do double. Damage.
So just double it or just roll 2d10?
Do roll 2d10. Yeah.
No. There we go. All right, so 16 damage. And then the shard explodes,
Oh,
and target in each creature within 5 feet must make a dex save.
that's Grog.
Wait, oh.
No, I'm hitting the brain.
Oh,
you're-
sorry. Okay, yeah, I know that is a little confusing.
So you said you
I know,
would
I
take
know,
a dex saving.
Okay, so you do hit the brain.
Wouldn't I hit the creature too? Or no?
Creature would make a dex saving throw. It's in
Okay.
5 feet.
All right, sure, let's do it. The creature got 14.
That was probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, my save DC is 19.
So it's like move that.
Just like
Cool. And they will take 2d6 cold damage. I don't know if a nat 20 affects that on the burst. It has 2 moments of damage.
Why not?
Alright,
Why not? Sounds
Roll-
fun.
roll 4d6.
Okay.
Alright.
Mhm.
It's 10.
Okay, I'll take that. That's it.
Keyleth, as you after you ice knife the brain, right? Not the tentacle monster.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. You ice knife the brain, the knife goes deep inside of it, and the brain just kind of freezes over from it. And then he just goes
Hell yes.
And then the creature looks quite agitated and actually afraid as the whole ship begins to shake.
I thought
thought
so.
that
was-
I had a feeling that was the helm of the ship.
As the whole ship begins to shake, and then suddenly the ship kind of tilts to one side.
Don't target the larvae, tap the brain.
Y'all have said attack the brain.
Hey, dude. It seems like the brain's attacking us. So
I guess what's this tentacle creature that was attacking us?
tentacle creature is protecting said brain.
So
All right, see a banishment. No.
Alright.
before we're done, if y'all want to, or we can just end. Maybe it's just end.
I think we end with that.
Well, let's end with that.
Great.
Let's end with that. The ship just goes.
I
Great.
wasn't gonna say it,
And
but
you-
I knew that was
And
the
you can
helm of
tell the ship is like it's going down.
I mean,
And you're about
like
400 feet in the air.
That's it.
I have playership.
That's it?
I'm fine just
Only
dude.
400.
Oh.
I'm just.
What about your rocks lava now, buddy?
No.
Well, not here. You can't.
In some given,
What's that?
in some manner.
All of us.
Right, but remember,
Who can fly?
So we're just doing a day.
All of
We're
us
just-
more or less,
We're just
but
burning a day's
it is
worth.
magic.
On a life
We're crashing in a ship.
Fine.
but you can't fly here.
You can't fly here.
But you can fly.
There it is.
We'll be alright.
You can hang in midair. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You can hang in midair.
But then the
Yeah.
will
Just hanging 400 feet in the air.
Yeah, the ship's gonna crash into you.
Yeah,
The ship will just like
right.
Right.
I don't recommend you do that right now. So that being said, if I point it in the right direction, you know,
how heavy is the ship? Is it 7,000 pounds?
but is it
Is it-
7,000?
I think it's a little
pounds of force on just the
heavier.
tip?
I think it's a little heavier.
What yields first, the wall or the spear?
Oh, yeah, you just click it and we all just like hold on to the spear and then the ship goes down.
Well, the ship could just be held up by the spear.
No,
the ship. No, I know.
If it was
We
flat,
could, as it's going down, we go
should just
material
take
and material train.
just like
Just like slip